Yes, this is case number 41 on the calendar in the matter of Pinchek versus Azure. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Folks, have a seat.
Ms. Pinchek, you and the defendant don't know each other, but were involved in an incident that can be described as a road rage incident. It is your claim that Mr. Azure caused this accident, which damaged your car. He says it was you who caused the accident. He said that you hit him in the rear. He is counterclaiming because he alleges that because of your conduct, he was forced to drop out of school, to have his education delayed, and he has a counterclaim. When did this incident happen, Ms. Pinchek?
February 3rd, 2005.
What time of the day or evening?
Approximately 10:30 in the morning.
And where were you going?
I was on my way to work.
Where do you work?
Sacred Heart Medical Building.
What kind of a car were you driving?
Honda Civic, 97.
What kind of car were you driving?
I was driving a 87 Toyota Corolla.
Where were you going?
I was going home. I was leaving school.
You had been in school that morning?
Yeah, I just got out at 10:20, and I was on my way home.
Okay, so Ms. Pinchek, you tell me your version of what happened, please.
I was driving westbound on Mission.
Show me on your diagram, please.
This is
Which
me
color
here.
are you?
I'm B.
You're blue.
Yes. As I'm driving here, there's a bus that's moving. He pulls out from behind the bus and cuts me off right here. So I went into this turn lane to avoid the accident. I'm attempting to get back over, but he's not letting me. So at this point, after I honked my horn, he then let me in, which as I came here, and he was a bit further down here, this is where we hit because he was driving erratically, and he slammed on his brakes. And to avoid hitting him again, I turned this way, and that's how the damage occurred on that side of the car.
Okay, so what you're saying is he cut you off.
Yes.
You had to get back into a driving lane.
Yes.
Ultimately, he let you back in the driving lane, but then slammed on his brakes, causing you to swerve.
Yes.
And that's how the back of his car and the front of your car were damaged.
Correct.
Okay, fine. I will hear you.
Okay, it started with the bus stop. There was actually another car in front of me. The first car proceeded to go around the bus, made it around. I looked, there was nobody behind me. I proceeded into this lane. I was all the way up here, and all of a sudden I heard a series of honking. She was in a hurry to get somewhere, and I just wasn't going fast enough for her. I looked into my rearview mirror. She's on the cell phone, driving, honking her horn, and then she proceeds to go on my driver's side to pass me. She must have thought that was another lane, because it widens out there for about 50 feet, and then it closes out real quick, and it goes right back into the two lanes. And she proceeded to pass me, Your Honor. She was all the way up as far as my back door on my driver's side. And as soon as I seen that, I started to slow down to let her proceed so she could proceed to pass, but she couldn't do it because there's oncoming traffic coming. So then she stopped, just tried to swing back around to get back behind me. And I feel that it was all her fault. She was on the cell phone. If she wasn't talking on that cell phone, maybe she could have used that other hand to flip the blinker and switch into the lane that was completely open.
Okay. Now, you had some damage to your car?
Yes, ma'am.
What kind of damage did you have to your car?
Do you want to see pictures?
Mm-hmm.
I have two different estimates. The pictures are on the back of each page of the estimate.
What happened when the police arrived?
One officer talked to me, and I told him the story, and basically he wrote out the report, and that was it. He said that he attempted to contact my witness.
Do you have a police report?
Yes, I do.
Can I see it, please? You were cited for an improper lane usage.
I didn't commit it. It was found non-committed.
Did you have a hearing with regard to that?
Yes, with extenuating circumstances. My witness was there to attend as well.
What is your name, sir?
Sonny Shaver.
Stand up, please. Do you know the plaintiff?
I never met her till that day.
You were driving on the 3rd of February?
I was the oncoming traffic, Your Honor.
Show me where your car was.
I was here. This island stops and, like he said, becomes two double yellow lines that narrow down back to a 4-lane street. When I saw him, she was behind him. He went about halfway into this lane with half his car. Then all of a sudden he came back and she dived to the left to avoid him, and I thought, oh, going to get hit head on here. She slammed on the brakes then and cut it to the left He cut it to the left across the double yellow line and stopped, and she hit him. So I drove around the block and said, I'll be a witness for you.
And you gave her your name?
Gave her my business card.
And you did come down with her to testify on her behalf?
Yes, ma'am.
It was very nice of you.
Well, I saw she rear-ended him, and that's almost always automatically her fault, and I felt it wasn't, so.
And you and Miss Pinchuk didn't know each other?
No, ma'am.
That's totally false. I had no reason to turn. I was a mile down my road. She was reckless driving. I was trying to
Just a
avoid
second.
her.
Well, I'm looking at you, Mr. Azure, because Mr. Shaver doesn't know the plaintiff, right?
I can't tell you.
And when you stopped, did you see Mr. Shaver there that day?
No, he was not there.
Did you see him?
He was yelling at me, some foul things.
No.
Really?
Yes, ma'am.
Nope. He told me, you can't frickin' stop in the middle of the road. And I
So,
thought,
no, just a
whatever.
second, Mr. Azure. Mr. Azure. Shh. Mr. Azure, you just said you didn't see him there that day.
Well,
How could you tell me that you didn't see him there that day, and then 2 seconds later tell me what he was yelling at you?
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I do not believe that it was him. There was a guy there
Listen to me. That was him. He
Was
didn't
it?
say, yeah, it was him.
No, there was a guy that didn't want to wait
Listen
for
to
the
me.
police officers.
Listen to me. It was him.
And later today,
He didn't steal the car keys. He didn't grab them out of her pocket. She was drunk. He was drunk. They're just lucky they're not dead.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Bobby Pinchuk says fellow motorist Charles Azure owes for an accident caused by his reckless driving. Charles claims the accident was Bobby's fault.
All right. Now let's get to your counterclaim, Mr. Azure. I'll hear you.
There was a blonde-haired gentleman. I do not believe that it was him. There was a guy there.
Listen to me. That was him. He
Was
didn't
it?
say, yeah, it was him.
No, there was a guy that didn't want to wait
Listen
for
to
the
me.
police officers.
Listen to me.
And he took off.
Listen to me. It was him. Let's just get to
I
your
never talked to him.
counterclaim, sir.
Okay. After this accident, I just had surgery on my knee, and I'm in criminal justice at the Spokane Community College. I have no reason to jeopardize my career. My knee went into the dashboard, and it swelled up my knee. I got the doctor report, and I took it to my instructors at school, and they put me on hold. They ended up giving me a Z grade.
What does that have to do with this accident?
Because my knee swollen, because I got injured in there, and I couldn't pursue my criminal justice. They put me on hold. They said I had to get doctors. I can't get released from the doctors. I've had 4 surgeries on my knee, Your Honor, and...
Did you have any surgeries on your knee after this incident, sir?
No, I had it August 29th, 04.
The last one was
The last
in
one
August.
was
The last one was in
10/29/04.
August. Okay. Well,
Just
maybe
like
you're in
4 months prior to this
Maybe you're in the
accident.
wrong, you're pursuing the wrong career, sir.
I'm not going as a police officer. We're opening a bail bonds company, and we're going to pursue that.
You're going to be a bail bondsman.
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. All right, Mr. Azure. Are you going back to school for
They
criminal
let me
justice?
back in. I just had my appointment with the dean on May 5th, and they said I can go back in
Good.
on
I'm very
in September.
glad. Okay. Who is this person?
This is my wife, Joni.
What does she have to do with this case?
She's the one that took me to the hospital, saw my knee, how it swelled. I had to be in a neck brace. I had to wear my splint again. I had to use crutches.
But just for my own information, sir, did you speak to an attorney about these injuries?
Yes, I did.
And did the attorney take your case against
No,
Ms.
he didn't.
Pinchuk?
Because he said I had a pre-existing knee injury.
That plus a couple of other things, Mr. Azure. One of the things that would be death to your case
Yeah.
is this gentleman right over here, because he's known as an independent witness. He is absolutely correct when he says that when someone rear-ends someone else in their car, unless there are really extenuating circumstances, it's always your fault. Those are the facts. You understand that, Mr. Azure?
Yes, her insurance...
Unless, Mr. Azure, you have an independent witness who says that you were driving recklessly. That's what he says. And he's got no axe to grind. He took a couple of days off from work. He actually came back to a scene of an accident where most people would just keep going.
I never seen him, Your Honor.
Well, maybe you just heard him. And there is no question in my...
We're in front
Listen
of
to me, I'm speaking.
Okay.
There's no question in my mind that he was there. There's no question in my mind that he chose to come back to the scene of the accident because he was concerned that Miss Pinchuk would be blamed for the accident because it was a rear-end hit. He took the time after she contacted him to go down and testify before the administrative law judge at the hearing regarding the ticket. The ticket was dismissed, as is your counterclaim, sir. Judgment for the plaintiff for the amount of damage to the car, $1,400. Thank you very much. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
She found that I was at fault, but I I just don't feel that I was.
It was his fault. He knows it was his fault, and that's what he gets for trying to lie.
She was totally out of control, calling me every name in the book.
At the point where he realized that I was cussing him out and I was honking my horn, I need to get back over, that's when he got mad.
On her cell phone, driving right behind me, she was so close to my bumper, I could see the whites of her eyes.
Cell phone doesn't have anything to do with it. I'm a multitasker. I'm excellent.
Whatever.
Don't be mad because you lost.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Spandy versus Greta, step forward, please.
Computer operator Tim Spandy is suing his daughter's former friend, 18-year-old event coordinator Tom Grether, for wrecking his wife's car. Tom says he was driving because Tim's daughter was drunk.
Mr. Spandy, this your daughter?
Yes, it is.
Your daughter was driving your car?
No, she wasn't.
Whose car was she using?
It was my wife's car.
So your daughter was driving your wife's car with your permission. She goes to a party or some sort of gathering, and this young man was there. She got too drunk to drive home. She asked him to drive home. He was also drunk.
That's
He
correct.
totaled the car. You want him to pay for the car.
Yes, that's correct, ma'am.
And Mr. Grether says, well, he has certain responsibility. He doesn't have total responsibility. Your daughter has partial responsibility. Okay. When was this party?
February 13th.
At a house?
Yeah.
Did you know Mr. Grether before the party?
Yes, I did.
Okay. How much did you drink?
I think I had like 4 cups of beer.
Why did you drink if you were driving?
I was planning on staying over
So why didn't you stay over?
because there's some drama about missing pieces, and then all of
Missing pieces? What?
bongs.
What is that?
Stuff you smoke marijuana out of.
There was drama about some drugs.
Yeah.
What kind of drama was there about drugs?
One kid accused one of Tom's friends of stealing piece.
So there was some drama, so you wanted to go home?
Well, because all of Tom's friends were leaving, and Tom invited us to the party. We didn't know the people whose house it was at, so we all decided to leave and go back to Tom's.
And you were too drunk to drive?
Yeah.
So you really didn't have good judgment?
Yeah.
What about Tom?
Well, my friends said they gave him a drunk test and see if he could walk a line and if he had slurred speech, and he said he stopped drinking 2 hours before that.
So you had your friends, your drunken friends, give him an alcohol sobriety test. Is that what you're telling me, Miss Spandy?
Yes.
And your slightly inebriated friends told you that he was sufficiently sober to drive your mother's car.
Yeah.
Tell me how you totaled her mother's car.
We were driving down a dirt and gravel road, and the car had spun out, and we had crashed into a tree.
All right, now we'll hear you.
Yeah. Before we started driving, he decided to whip a donut in a cul-de-sac, which was a dirt road. And I'm like, Tom, you need to stop. And he was like, okay, I used to drive a Ford Contour, I have total control. And so then he stops, and then he was like, hey, look at this. And I saw his hand reaching for the emergency brake, but I don't really know if he pulled it or whatever. It just happened too fast. We lost control, and then we ran into a tree.
I was only kidding. I actually never got grasped with the emergency brake. 3 other vehicles ahead of me had spun out at the exact same spot that I had spoke with afterwards. They were all driving
What I don't
SUVs.
understand, Mr. Spandy, is why you think your daughter is not at least partially responsible for what happened that night.
Well, for one thing, the defendant here, he was driving with a suspended license. He knew he was not supposed to be behind the driver's wheel at all.
He was
Your
drunk.
Honor,
Put
may I add on that,
your hand
please?
down.
Sorry.
They were all drinking and doing marijuana.
I understand that.
Mr. Spandy, your daughter took her mother's car and acted irresponsibly with it. She drank. She was probably smoking marijuana. She gave the car to somebody who was given a field sobriety test by a bunch of other teenage alcoholics. And you think she bears no responsibility?
Well, he should have known right from wrong. I mean,
He was wrong. There's no question he was wrong. You don't take your mother's car and then drink.
I agree.
And you don't take your mother's car and then drink and do bongs or whatever they are. What you do is, if you think that you're going to drink, you say, Dad, would you drive me to the party and pick me up? Or if you don't intend to drink and then you go to the party and you drink, you say, give me the phone, I'm going to call my father to come pick me up. She could have done that too, right?
Yes, and that's what she's been instructed to do.
But you mean before this incident, you told her, if you drink, call us, we'll come pick you up, right? So she did the wrong thing.
Yes.
That's all I'm asking you, Mr. Spandy. I'm not saying that Mr. Grether here is going to get off scot-free. But what I'm telling you is your daughter bears some responsibility for what happened that night.
I agree. I mean, she was in the wrong, but for somebody of his age, a little bit older, selling alcohol and all that other stuff
Just a
going on,
second. How old is your daughter?
17.
And how old are you?
I'll be 19 in a few weeks.
Listen, she's 17, he's 18. You know how much longer it takes a boy to mature than it takes a girl to mature?
Yes.
I just want you to take a look at him. Take a look at him. You'll understand what I'm talking
Yes,
about.
I understand completely.
Do you understand what I'm talking
Oh,
about?
yes.
All right. So don't tell me that he's so much older and is selling liquor. She's 17 years old. She shouldn't be drinking 5 beers, right?
I understand that.
Bad judgment.
Yes, very.
And if you start...
May I please add on the...
Don't say anything.
Sorry.
All right. Start with this premise, Mr. Spandy. But for the fact that your daughter did the wrong thing, you would not be standing here today.
Correct.
She did the wrong thing 3 times. She took the car. She drank.
Yes.
Instead of calling you to come pick her up, she gave the car keys to him. But for her actions, he, who's not any older than she is, would not have control of the car. He didn't steal the car keys. He didn't grab them out of her pocket. She was drunk. He was drunk. They're just lucky they're not dead.
Yes.
So the car was totaled.
Yes.
Did you have insurance?
I only had liability, no collision, so the insurance company would not pay for it.
When did you purchase the car?
I purchased it 8/25/04.
And how much did you pay for it?
We paid a little over $4,300. Other charges incurred that night was towing fee and pound lot, and that was over $200.
So you paid $43 plus another $2.
Yes.
Half $4,500 is $2,250. $2,250 is his responsibility. The other $2,250 is your daughter's responsibility. I suggest that you see to it that she takes care of it.
Oh, she's already taken care of the other car we have purchased.
Good. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $2,250. That's all.
Parties have excused. Yeah, this is case number 58 on the calendar in the matter of Domzowski versus Wilson. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Ma'am, have a seat, please.
Ms. Domzowski, according to your complaint, Mr. Wilson used to be your boyfriend. He's not your boyfriend anymore, and he assaulted you twice. After he assaulted you, I assume you had nothing to do with him.
That's correct.
How long were you involved with him before this assault?
Well, I dated him originally back when I was in high school.
How old are you now?
I'm 22. When I had first dated him, I was 16. And then we broke up, and we got back together in August 11th of 2004.
When was the assault?
January 10th, 2005.
Tell me about it.
Well, Brian and I were at a bar, and we had gotten into an argument. He mentioned something about a friend of his who I had dated while we were separated, and how he was going to come back into town, and he wanted to see how I was going to react to his friend being back in town to see if we were going to try to reunite.
Mr. Wilson, you're going to get a chance.
Okay.
Right?
Yes, ma'am.
So we were arguing about that, and I told him, I wouldn't cheat on you. I care too much about you. And so he left the bar. He wound up leaving. So I went after him to make amends,
Why would you go after him to make amends? What had you done wrong?
I hadn't done anything wrong. I was just trying to talk to him, just to make sure, that we were okay, because I didn't want it to end on that.
What had you been drinking?
A beer, a Corona.
And you?
A Corona.
How many?
I had like 1 or 2.
Let's say 2.
Okay.
What about you?
I had probably about 1.5 before I got fed up.
Let's go to 2.
2.
So you've had a couple of beers and you're arguing at the bar. You couldn't argue at home?
That's how it goes every time we went out. Every time we went out, it was a big scene.
Okay. So now you're outside trying to make amends for something that you didn't do. What happened outside?
Outside, I went to my car to retrieve his jacket because he was like, I'm walking home, and I offered him a ride, and he refused. So
what did you say? You said, don't walk, I'll drive you home?
Yes, I said, I will take you to the house. And
how far is the house from the bar?
About 5 minutes driving.
How long walking?
I don't know, like a half an hour maybe. I'm not really sure.
How long a walk is it?
Oh, half hour.
Good. So we agree on that. So you wanted to walk home?
Yeah.
So even though he's walking home without his jacket, you went to the car, got his jacket, and followed him?
Yes.
Go ahead.
That's when we started arguing some more. He pushed me. I went into a tree. My face was bloody.
How did your face get bloody?
I was scratched up. He hit me.
You didn't say he hit you. You said he pushed you into a tree.
Yeah,
When did he hit you?
He pushed me into a tree and he hit me also afterwards.
He hit you with an open hand or a closed hand?
Open hand.
What happened then?
I was walking along the street by the bar and I was spitting blood. I had blood coming from my mouth. So that's when I called my sister and I needed her to come pick me up to give me a ride back to my car because I had walked a little, it was a distance when I was walking with him because we were talking.
You were talking or fighting?
Well, we were fighting.
Go ahead.
And I was crying, spitting up blood. My face was all bloody, so I had my sister come pick me up.
How long did it take her to get there?
She was at the bar as well, so it took her like 2 minutes. She was there real quick, so she heard how upset I was.
So you and your sister came in 2 separate cars?
Yes.
She came, picked you up in her car, and what did you do when she picked you up in the car?
She was cleaning my face. We cleaned my face off.
And then?
And then I went back over to the house to collect my belongings to leave. And he came in, he had a piece of pizza in the microwave, and he intentionally threw it.
Just a second, hold it. You're home first, is that what you're telling me?
Yes.
And then he came home.
He came home while I was packing my belongings.
How did the pizza get into the microwave?
The pizza was already there, Your Honor.
Pizza was in the house already, and he was taking it out to heat it up?
Yes.
So he heated up the pizza in the microwave. Go ahead.
And then we continued arguing, and that's when he intentionally threw the pizza at my face.
How did he do that?
He had the pizza in his hand, and he threw it.
And it hit your face and it burned your face?
Yes.
Okay. So he left the bar, Amy, to get away from the argument and was walking home. So what I want to know is how the argument continued.
We were arguing about financial problems.
How did it start? Who said what to whom?
I believe it was I who had said something in regards to the financial.
That sounds right. So what did you say financial?
Basically that I do a lot for him and he doesn't respect me. You know, basically trying to show him that why would I cheat on him when I'm going grocery shopping, all the bills are in my name.
So you wanted to continue the discussion?
Yes.
You weren't
I wasn't trying to argue.
Shh. You wanted to continue the discussion, not just pack up and leave, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and he's sitting there. He's not saying a word to you.
No, he was saying things.
Not before you approached him to start the discussion again, right? I'm just figuring out what's happening here, Amy.
Okay, that's correct.
Do you understand? Mm-hmm. I'm not making any excuses for him if he hurt you. I want you to get real with what was happening that night. What was happening that night was you weren't letting it go. Because if you're assaulted and you call your sister because you were so upset and your sister comes to get you in the car, then you say to her, do me a favor, follow me to Mom's house because I'm going to stay there. Tomorrow I'll get the police and go over and pick up my stuff. But if you want to go back and continue the discussion with him, and you knew he was going home because he said, I don't want to talk to you anymore. I don't want to be involved with you anymore. I'm walking home to cool off. So you knew he was going home and you followed him home.
No, because I figured that I would get there quicker than he would and have my stuff already packed and ready to leave.
So let's see what we have. We have a timeline here. You call your sister on the phone. She has to get out to the parking lot, get into her car, start the car, come and pick you up. A couple of minutes. Then you said she helped clean you up because you were bleeding. Let's say that took another 10 minutes. So now you got 5 minutes before he's going to be home.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you go home anyway. So you expected him to be home. There's no question in my mind, so don't tell me you didn't expect him to be home yet. You expected him to be home, and you wanted to continue the discussion because you weren't ready to let it go.
Because I didn't want to be accused of something that I would never do.
What difference does it make? Somebody hits you in the face, as you allege he hit you in the face. Who cares whether he accuses you of being Matahari? What difference does it make? You want to get away from him.
Yes.
You don't go back into a situation where there's been, according to you, violence, and start the discussion all over again by telling him, why would I want to do something bad to you? I cook for you, I clean for you, I work for you, I do everything else for you. That's what you were telling him, right?
Yes. Why would you do this to me? Basically, that's what I was trying to say, Your Honor.
What difference does it make?
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
How old are you?
27.
27. I'm a few years older than you are.
You don't look
and
it.
You're very, very sweet, Mr. Wilson. It's not going to help you any.
And later today,
you could have been married to this warped thinking, allowed children to reproduce with this warped thinking. So I want you to consider yourself very lucky.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Amy Dumslowski says ex-boyfriend Brian Wilson owes for burning her face with a slice of pizza. Brian says the argument started when he saw Amy dancing with another man.
Now the ball is in your court, Mr. Wilson. Don't smile at me, because let me explain something to you. How old are you?
27.
27. I'm a few years older than you are.
You don't look
and
it.
You're very, very sweet, Mr. Wilson. It's not going to help you any. And you know how long I've been eating pizza? A lot longer than you have. I never knew a pizza to fly off a plate and hit somebody in the face. How many flying pizzas did you know in your years? Never.
0.
We never knew a flying pizza. So with that in mind, Mr. Wilson, let's go back to, you're in the bar with Miss Amy.
Right.
Both had a couple of beers. Now.
I saw her dancing with somebody on the dance floor. I didn't want to stand for it, so I left the bar.
So you saw her dancing with somebody?
Right. Supposedly it was just a friend, but, you know, I don't know that friend, so it makes me feel uncomfortable. So I left the bar. I'm walking down the street. She comes running up behind me, you know, hitting me, trying to pull on my shirt. She actually ripped the shirt that I had underneath my button-up shirt.
Well, tell me what she said to you as she was pulling on your shirt.
What is my problem? Why are you leaving? You know, so as I'm walking home, she's still pulling at me, you know, yelling, you know, because when she drinks and is under the influence of other drugs, you know, she's a live wire.
Was she under the influence of other drugs?
I say so.
What other drug?
Marijuana.
Did you see her smoking marijuana that day?
Yeah.
Were you smoking marijuana
No.
that day? But she was?
Right.
Okay, keep going.
So as we continue to the house, finally, you know, she gave up. You know, after my shirt's ripped, she goes back to the car.
So you don't know anything about hitting her in the face?
I didn't. She might have caught like some buttons from trying to pull on my shirt and me just defending myself to, you know, just so I can walk home and avoid the whole situation, because we could have fought if we really wanted to fight in the bar.
Okay.
You know, but that's the whole reason why I walked home, so I didn't have to do that.
Go ahead.
So then once we get home, I'm already home and sitting in the living room. She comes in and it continues again. She's not trying to talk it out or anything like that. She's yelling. You know, a little pushing, you know, I got the pizza in my hand.
Now let's go through this slowly.
No problem.
Little pushing. How did the pushing get started?
Defense pushing. Defense pushing, you know. When she talks to you here. She don't talk to you from a distance.
So you're pushing her away from you.
Right, as I'm walking from the kitchen to the living room, back and forth. So finally I had the plate in my hand, and, you know, she's trying to, you know, tangle with me, and it accidentally hit her in the face.
I assume you felt very sorry when you found out she had been burned.
I drove her to the hospital the next day.
Is that right?
No. I called him when he was at work, and I said, I need to go to the hospital. And he said, well, come pick me up from work, and we can go to the hospital.
Had you stayed at your mother's that night?
Yes.
Who else lives in your mother's house?
My mom, my stepbrother, and my stepfather.
They couldn't take you to the hospital?
No, I was going to go by myself, and he said, I'll go with you, because he felt bad.
Why would you want the person who assaulted you to go with you to the hospital?
He said he would go with me.
And when you got to the hospital, what happened?
They looked at it. They said it looked really bad. They referred me to a plastic surgeon.
Did he just take you to the hospital and take you back to your mother's house?
I was driving, so I took him back to his house. We went and got the prescription filled.
So first you went and got the prescription filled?
Yes.
And then you drove him back to his house?
Mm-hmm.
What happened when you got back to your house?
Nothing. Everything was ordinary. It was just an ordinary day, watching TV, hanging out.
The two of you?
Yeah, making plans for the weekend.
What plans were you making for the weekend, Amy?
We weren't making plans for the weekend.
What were you doing that afternoon?
We were just talking, and he was telling me how sorry he was and that he would pay my bill for me, my hospital bill.
That takes 2 seconds. How long were you there?
Probably like an hour, 2 hours, not even.
She was there all day, because I remember because she had to put the ointment in my bathroom, and she had to put it on. So she even slept over.
She did?
Right. She had to put the ointment on at my house and get salt water and pour it on the burn, things like that. And she did that all at my house.
Amy, do you have any unreimbursed medical bills?
I have my medical bill right here.
How much was the medical bill?
$377.38.
How much do you owe on it?
The full amount, I haven't paid it because he said he was going to pay it.
Well, I think he should pay it. But you're suing him for $5,000.
Pain and suffering. Every time I look at I'm going to need plastic surgery. I haven't even went to the plastic surgeon and even got an amount estimated.
Well, then I can't help you with that, my dear. I can't help you with something that is speculative. What I don't understand is, if someone is frightened that someone is abusive and assaultive, they don't call them the next day to go to the hospital. They don't have them take them for the prescription. when they have a sister and a mother and a stepfather and a brother and alternatives. Do you understand?
Yes, I understand that.
Good.
I was just calling him to tell him that I needed to go to the hospital, how severe it really was. That's the only reason why I called him, and he said, I'll go with you.
You don't call.
And
The only call you make is to the police. Did you do that?
No, because he has a son. I didn't want anything to happen.
Amy, he's going to pay your medical bill. You have a $377 medical bill. Your pain and suffering you're going to have to live with. I assume that you're not together anymore. Is that right?
Not at all.
Very good. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $377. That's all.
Bodies are excused. You may step out.
Obviously, yeah, he did push me into a tree.
Oh, that's not true.
I didn't fall into a tree.
She was drunk.
I wasn't drunk. 2 beers, come on.
Slipped and fell, I guess.
You don't hurt the people that you love.
Eat pizza, don't throw it.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Youngman versus Caffey. Step forward, please.
22-year-old emergency medical technician Thomas Youngman is suing his ex-girlfriend, 21-year-old bank teller Jacqueline Caffey, for the balance on a car and bank overdraft fees. Jacqueline claims Thomas paid off the car note without consulting her.
Mr. Youngman, Miss Caffey was your girlfriend for a while, and in 2003, according to your complaint, you were foolish enough to co-sign for a car loan for her.
Yes, ma'am.
And when you co-signed for the loan, it was her car. The car was titled in your name, is that right?
Yes.
And she agreed to make the payments on the car.
Yes, ma'am.
And she did make the payments on the car until when?
Until the car got totaled. There was one last payment to make after the insurance paid it off.
And how much was that one last payment?
$550.
Your complaint is that Miss Caffrey decided not to make the last payment. You had already broken up at this point. And
Correct.
how long had you been apart?
We'd been apart for almost a year and a month.
And you knew nothing about the car because it was her car and she was making the payments.
Correct.
After she totaled the car and stopped making the payments, they came after you because you were the co-signer on the car, and they took the money out of your bank account. How much did they take out?
$550.20 cents.
Then can you explain why you're suing her for $2,000?
Because there were some late fees acquired with that, in the negative balance fees.
Okay. And how much were the negative balance fees?
$100.
Anything else?
My credit was damaged, so I figured the rest of it could be for that.
Okay. Now, Ms. Caffrey, you say you've paid enough, and he co-signed for the car, and therefore it was his responsibility. I'd like you to explain that to me.
He co-signed for it. I have the proof of it.
I know there's no question he co-signed for it.
He co-signed for a car loan, and I made every single payment. This was a $13,000 loan, and he paid $500, and late fees, $650. And he drove the car, too, when we were together.
You mean in 2003?
Yes.
So what you're saying is he drove the car in 2003, and therefore it was his responsibility to make the last payment.
I don't owe him anything. He paid.
Would you do me a favor and answer my question?
Yes.
I'll decide whether you owe him something or not. I'm trying to figure out your defense. Tell me what your defense is.
I do not owe him because he...
That's a conclusion. That's a legal conclusion, that you do not owe him. So far, we have the following set of facts stipulated. He agreed to co-sign a loan on your promise that you would make the payments on the car. That fact is buttressed by the fact that you did, in fact, make payments on the car consistently even after the two of you were no longer together. You made the payments on the car consistently, which supports his statement that you promised to make the payments until you totaled the car. Then you stopped. There was still a payment owing, $550. Now, I'd like your defense as to why you do not owe that $550.
I had called the bank over and over and tried to figure out how much I owed, and by the time I figured out how much was owed, because they kept telling me different numbers of how much was owed, and then she said, well, just hold off on the payment and we'll get back to you on it. So when I finally got the letter in the mail that I owed $550, he had already paid it. I didn't ask him to pay it. He had already chosen himself to go ahead and pay it.
They took it out of his bank account.
That's not what... When I asked her and he told me that they froze his account, that never happened.
No. I want to tell you something. Mr. Youngman?
Yes, ma'am.
You're going to get your money.
Okay.
You are also a very, very fortunate man. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Really lucky. You could have been married to this warped thinking, allowed children to reproduce with this warped thinking. So I want you to consider yourself very lucky. Okay?
Thank you.
Good. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $650.
It's number 148 on the calendar in the matter of Kennedy versus Esther Pellin. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated, ma'am. Have a seat.
Ms. Kennedy, according to your complaint, you and the defendant were dating.
Yes.
And you claim that he owes you some money for a cruise that you took together and also for credit card charges that he made on your credit card.
Yes.
Mr. Esther Pellin says that you were just friends, that the cruise was your treat, and that it was very nice of you as a friend to allow him to charge things on your credit card, but there was never an agreement for him to pay you back. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
How old are you?
40 years old.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a race car official and a mechanic.
Are you married?
And no longer.
You have children?
One.
Who does that child live with?
Her mother.
And who do you live with?
My father.
How long have you lived with your father?
6 months.
Do you pay him rent?
Yes.
How much rent do you pay him?
Not enough. About $100.
When did you meet Miss Kennedy?
When we were about 15 years old.
And did there come a time when you and Miss Kennedy started to have a relationship that was more than just friendly?
When we were 16.
More recently, sir, so that we can come into this millennium. You went on a cruise together.
Yes, we did.
And when was that cruise?
Early this year, January or February, I believe.
Had you been going out with her socially prior to that?
She had come to California from Arizona occasionally, and when she did, we would go out to dinner.
Just dinner?
Dinner and a movie.
Nothing more intimate than that?
No, ma'am.
When you went on the cruise, did you have one stateroom or two?
We had one.
Did you have one bed or two?
We had one.
And did you sleep on the floor or in the bed?
On the bed.
And what about Miss Kennedy?
On the bed.
How long was the cruise?
4 days.
Tell me the circumstances surrounding you going on the cruise.
We had been talking one time. She came to California out to dinner. She was talking about vacations, that she had been wanting to take a vacation since she had been recently divorced. The next thing I had found out about the cruise was when she emailed me that she had booked a cruise, and she picked the dates around my racing schedule when I had an off weekend. So she had already planned it, booked it, and sent me the information.
No. In December, when I picked Michael up from being in jail for 30 days, we had discussed...
What was he in jail for?
Because he failed to finish his anger management classes from a domestic violence issue on his wife.
That should have been your first clue.
I know. I know.
Go ahead.
So when he got out of jail, we went to the motel, and we discussed going on vacation. And I said, okay, I'll do some research on it. And when I met him again 2 weeks later when I went to California, I brought him all the information, and he agreed to pay half of the cruise. We booked the cruise for January 17th.
When was he supposed to pay for it?
After racing season started, which was the end of January.
And he never paid for it?
Correct.
When did you make him a card holder on your credit card?
After March, when we both told each other that we loved each other.
March?
Yes.
Some 2 months after he failed to pay you for the cruise?
Correct. But I had not asked him for the cruise money yet.
You just told me he was supposed to pay you for it when racing season started, which was a month later, and he didn't pay you.
Correct.
And if he didn't pay you, you should have had a clue that this wasn't somebody that you wanted to extend any further credit to.
Yes, ma'am.
So now I'm not interested in the cruise anymore.
Okay.
Now I'm interested in the credit card.
Okay. After Michael and I told each other that we loved each other on March 8th, he had been kicked out of his grandmother's house in February.
Why was he kicked out in February?
That I don't know the specifics. All I know is that she was very upset with him. It was some issue in the kitchen, that she had just cleaned the kitchen, and he was not wanting to clean it up and got all over her, and it was not a pretty sight. So she told him he had to...
Should have finished that anger management course.
Correct. So then in March, he started living at a motel, and he told me that for racing, he would start traveling. So we agreed to put him as an authorized user on my American Express card. He would only use it for necessary items such as gas and lodging. And within a 1-month period, he had gone to Shoe City numerous times, motherhood, maternity, and I sure as heck wasn't pregnant, Victoria's Secret. So he was obviously romancing another woman.
So what happened when you got the first bill?
When I found out, I went online and checked the amount that was being charged so far. And I called Michael on April 9th, and I asked him what happened. He told me that someone had broken into his motel room and stolen the numbers because he still had the card. So like a fool, I believed him. And I had American Express cancel out that first card, send him a second card. Same thing happened. Room was miraculously broken again, and more charges started happening. So by the time the third card got to him, American Express American Express had suspended the account, and I wasn't even allowed to use it because the charges were up to $11,000. Michael told me, just dispute all the charges. And I told him, I can't dispute the charges if they're legitimate charges.
Well, she had told me that she was going to give me a card to help me on the road, and that's what I had used it for. And yes, I had charged it, and yes, I did go to Victoria's Secrets, because by that time I had met somebody else who I did like, and was planning
we were still having sex.
planning to have a future with. I had told her that the whole time that we were, friends, and that we were always just friends.
Listen to me.
Yes, ma'am.
Let's get back to the credit card, sir. So what you're telling me is that when she questioned you about these charges, you told her that somebody had used the card in an unauthorized fashion initially.
No, ma'am. What I had said is that she
Look
told
at me.
Yes, she told me.
No, here.
I am here. She told me that there's numerous charges on him, and she says, "Well, how could there be that many charges?" I said, "I have no idea. Maybe the only way is if somebody got the numbers from my card. That'd be the only other way that could happen."
You're a dishonest man.
I don't believe so, ma'am.
You are a thoroughly and totally dishonest man. Because if you had said to Miss Kennedy the first time around, you got me. I charged things because I originally said I was just going to charge things on the road, which is what you told me.
Eventually.
I'm speaking.
Yes, ma'am.
You said I'm going to charge things on the road, motel, meals, that sort of thing. And then you chose, because you met somebody else, to charge things on the credit card that she questioned. And you knew that if you said to her, I met somebody else, and yes, I did charge some things for that other person, she would have canceled the card. You chose not to do that. And after you got the second card, you did the same thing. You charged things for your new girlfriend. So when I say to you that you are a dishonest person, I know from whence I speak. You are a dishonest and dishonorable person.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
He's a hustler.
And later today.
Sir, I wouldn't use her mural.
I did not use her mural.
Just a second. You did.
No, ma'am.
But, Ms. Diaz, don't bother me. I think you ought to find a different line of work, by the way.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Sharon Kennedy says her ex-boyfriend, Michael Estepellin, made unauthorized charges on her credit card. Sharon claims Michael lied about the card getting stolen.
What were the costs that he put on your credit card?
The charges that I did not dispute in a 30-day period was $3,675.84.
Can I see those, please?
The highlight ones on the copy are the ones that we did not dispute. And I also have a copy...
You did not dispute them because he made them.
Correct. I have a copy of the cell phone bill that we also went on the family plan with.
Shh, I don't care about the cell phone. He's a hustler.
Yes.
Judge him for the plaintiff for the amount of $3,600. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
She seems to think I'm a dishonest hustler. That's fine. That's her opinion.
Michael was in jail again in May, and I called his cell phone, and his girlfriend answered.
She finally got it through her head that we were going to be nothing but just friends.
I was totally shocked. I could not believe how much of a charmer he was and how good a liar he really was.
Now she's just she's a scorned woman who didn't get away.
The money is just secondary to what Michael and I had.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Diaz versus Altunia. Step forward, please.
Artist Mariana Diaz is suing former client, restaurant manager Robert Altunian, for the cost of a painted mural. Mariana says Robert never paid for her work.
Ms. Diaz, you claim that the defendant owes you for a mural that you painted for his restaurant. And Mr. Altunia says that he didn't like the result, so he's not paying for it.
Right.
When did you hire Ms. Diaz?
Exact date, I don't really remember.
Month.
Because maybe November or October.
When did he hire you?
On November 5th.
And what was your agreement with her, Mr. Altunia?
Actually, I was trying to find a mural person.
Listen to me.
Was my
I had
agreement
a
with her $3,000.
Okay, you were going to pay her $3,000
Yes,
for the
ma'am.
mural. And how long did she work on the mural?
Almost 6 weeks.
And you didn't like the result?
Yes.
Do you have a photograph of the mural that you completed?
Yes.
I'd like to see it, please. How did you find her, by the way, Mr. Altunia?
I put the words around that I need a mural, and she knew one of my secretaries. It was a friend of hers or something, and when I asked her, she said, I'll do it.
And you agreed on a $3,000 price?
Yes, ma'am.
Can I see what you've put in there in place of this, sir?
Yes, ma'am. I actually run it. I have a couple of samples that...
I don't want to see a sample.
No.
I want to see what you did over her work.
Here. And the top one, too. And the back. That's it.
This is what is over the mural that she painted.
Yes.
You sure?
Yes, 100%.
Okay.
I'm sure.
Oh, I see what you did. You used part of her mural in the center, which is what you showed me. You used this part, and you had someone else paint pictures of women, dancers, around it.
Yes, ma'am, it's true.
Okay, good. Well, it's certainly, I will tell you, Miss Diaz, have you seen it? I'm going to show it to you. It certainly is lovely what he did. He added to your piece. Just show that to Miss Diaz. Okay.
I know the artist that did this. He's awesome guy.
Yes,
awesome.
he's wonderful. He used your center.
Right.
And then he painted beautiful women dancers around the back, and he is awesome.
It is awesome.
He is awesome. Let me
Yes.
have it back.
I met him while I was working on this cause
There's no question about it.
Yeah.
That as far as artists go, Miss Diaz,
he's amazing.
He's terrific. But Mr. Altunia, you see, this is your problem, sir.
Okay.
How long have you been in the restaurant business?
32 years.
Let's say Officer Byrd and I decide to take our families to your restaurant.
Sure.
We come together. How many are in your family?
6.
All together. You
All
know,
together,
children.
6. Yeah.
My basic family is 22. Children, their spouses, and grandchildren.
Sure.
So between the two of us now, we're 28 people. And we come to your restaurant. What kind of food do you serve, sir?
I have 8 kind of different restaurants that I represent.
This one?
I do not. This one is French restaurant. It's a cabaret, madame.
Good. So we come to your cabaret, and we eat, and we drink, and at the end of the meal, I say to him, you know what? I didn't like the food. I had better French food across the street.
All right.
So, Mr. Altunia, we're not paying the bill because we didn't like your food. We ate it. We used it. But it was better food across the street. Would your first phone call be to the police and say, these people are trying to scam me out of a $5,000 bill?
No,
They came, they ate my food, they drink my wine, and when I present them with a bill, they
Can
say,
I
you know,
give
we
you
had
the
better
answer,
French
Your
food.
Honor?
What?
Before I forget, can I give you the answer? to
Sure.
that? I would invite you again for free next meal.
Well, the next time, sir, that she paints a mural for you, maybe she'll do it for free. This time, you got to pay for it.
My personal knowledge is...
What?
Good.
Your Honor.
That's good.
Sir, I wouldn't use her mural. Listen to me.
I did not use her mural.
Just a second. You did.
No, ma'am.
You used her mural because
No,
I'm
ma'am.
looking at the...
Can I- All right.
I'm looking at the work that
All
your
right.
artist did, and your artist used right in the center a little piece of her work. Whether you chose to use her work or not, that's not what's relevant, sir. If you made Ms. Diaz, don't bother me. I think you ought to find a different line of work, by the way. But what I'm telling you is, she spent 6 weeks there. The fact that she is a person of marginal talent is not her fault. She really wanted to do a good job. This is the best job she could do. She didn't necessarily try to hurt you. And all during the work process, because I read the papers, you kept giving her money for supplies. Instead of looking at it and saying, listen, my 6-year-old grandchild could do this job.
I did the same thing, Your Honor.
Oh, just a second.
Okay, I'm
Instead of doing that, you continued to give us supplies because she says, I could do better, I could do better. And I would have said, listen, let's stop right here. I see after 2 weeks this is not working out. I'm going to give you $1,000. I'm going to hire somebody else. But you, Mr. Altunia, said to her, fine. Here's the money. Go continue to work. Not the right thing to do, sir.
Can
You
I-
made a mistake.
Can I answer again, Your Honor?
Sure.
All right. When somebody starts, you know, she's a nice girl. When somebody starts, and a friend of my secretary too, she was very nice, and she's very kind. Believe me, she did her best. I seen her go from books to bookstores. I seen her bringing so many pictures. I seen her sleep there sometime. I was wrong by hiring for such cheap price and expecting the most.
Yep, Mr. Altunia.
Yeah.
That's where you're mistaken.
That's right. I think
that's your mistake.
Expensive.
You've been in business 33 years. You
that's
get
right.
what you
That's
pay
very
for.
true, Your Honor.
And the artist who ultimately did this, clearly, if they
Your Honor,
charge
please do me a favor. I gotta tell you this. I want to show it to you
I want to
what
also
she did.
express some things.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. You go.
First of all, I mean, I'm not going to discuss art, and here is just my time that I put into that thing.
Does it sound as if you're not going to win this case?
No, and also, I mean, just defending a little bit my art. This thing we agreed before I started that I was going to do over the stage, because that was the stage.
Your Honor, excuse me.
And I did it in God leave. So
Miss
I mean,
Diaz, listen
right.
to me, sweetheart.
Right.
He's got to pay you the $3,000. Put it down. He's got to pay you the $3,000 because that was your
Your Honor,
agreement.
one more second, please.
Yes.
I told her to put a Moulin Rouge.
Yeah,
Moulin Rouge is a very
it's a
famous
windmill.
restaurant. Moulin Rouge is a beautiful place in Paris. I met better over here. I had a lot of money available to give anything she wanted. I have $1 million location.
Listen to me.
I have now picture. I told her to make one Moulin, the windmill. That's how she finished it. And I had to work in the top of Moulin Rouge.
No.
Please look at it.
I did the Moulin
Look what
since the
she did.
beginning. It was
Yeah, I wanna do Moulin.
amazing. It's amazing. That, and
You're going to win
okay.
anyway. Please don't. You won already. What are you fighting for?
Mr. Altunia, what I'm telling you is you're a businessman. You've been a businessman for 33 years, according to you, in the restaurant business. You made an agreement with her. Your agreement was she's going to paint, do the best job she could for $3,000.
Right.
The fact that you thought you were getting something for nothing,
That's right.
that's your problem. See,
I
then
guess
you had
it
to
was.
hire somebody to come in and finish the job. And I want to tell you something. The person that you hired is a person that has a tremendous amount of talent. But that's your problem.
It's
She
true.
worked for 6 weeks. You got to pay a judge for the plaintiff.
Your
The
Honor-
amount of
Your
$3,000.
Honor, wait,
Thank
don't
you.
give nothing.
Goodbye.
Parties are
Bye.
excused. You
Luck.
may step out.
Thank you.
The calendar in the matter of Fiala versus Parton. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Ladies, have seats.
You're home, and your girlfriend goes out to a party. You get a call from her, and she says, do me a favor, come pick me up. I'm ready to go home. So far, correct?
Correct.
You're really irritated because you didn't go to the party because you had to get up early to go to work in the morning, and so, but is this the girlfriend?
Yes.
But you got up, you got out of bed, you got into your car, and you went to pick her up at the party. The defendant was at the party. Wasn't your house, was it?
Was my house.
Was your house. According to your complaint, for some reason, he got angry and kicked and dented your car.
Correct.
How many times did he kick your car?
There's 2 visible dents.
He kicked it twice.
Correct.
Mr. Parton says that he did, in fact, put his hands on your car. But he put his hands on your car because you were in a really foul mood and you tried to run him over. And he put his hands on the hood of your car in order to sort of give himself a little leverage to bounce off the car so that you wouldn't kill him, right?
Exactly.
So it was self-defense that you put your hands on the car.
Correct.
And didn't cause any damage.
Correct.
Let's start with date, time, and place. The date this happened, sir.
August 2nd,
Time you got the call from your girlfriend.
2 a.m.
Was it the plan for her to call you to come pick you up?
Just the plan was for her to,
Call you, and you
Call
were
me.
going to come and get her.
yeah.
This was an important party, I assume.
Not important to me.
Were you going to work the next day?
Yes.
What day of the week was this?
This was a Saturday morning.
And what kind of work were you doing on Sunday?
I'm a morning stalker.
A morning stalker?
Yeah, S-T-O-C-K, not A-L-K.
Be cute. Jessica, this was an important party?
Not that important.
Important enough to get him out of bed when he has to go to work in the morning to come and pick you up?
Yes.
You think twice about marrying this girl, all right? Would you do me that favor? Just think twice about it. She's not wrapped too tight. Or at least pretty immature. She got you up 2 o'clock in the morning. You got into your car. It was a car?
Truck.
Truck. What kind of truck was it?
Ford Ranger.
And what did you do?
I was wearing just what I wear to bed, just football shorts, and I threw a sweatshirt on. I planned on going from my house to the party, drive her back up to her house, and then go down to work, so I had my shoes and stuff in the back of my truck.
What time do you have to be at work?
5 o'clock. in the morning.
What'd you plan on doing from 2 to 5?
Probably going over to her house and just waiting there.
Mm-hmm. Well, that gives you a little extra impetus. Okay. So what happened when you got to the party?
I had showed up and...
How come you and I are the only ones who get it? I don't know either. We've been together too long. Go ahead.
And I didn't know where her house was, so I had called Jen a couple of times because I believe her cell phone was out of service. So I called Jen to get the...
Who's Jen?
Jen is this lady over here. Called Jen a couple of times to get the instructions to the house. By the time I was talking to Jen, I mean, everybody went to the party to get drunk. So everybody there was drunk. So I was talking to her when she was drunk. She wasn't really making any sense. And then she brought up something about our relationship that was like nothing to do with what we were talking about. So
What did she say?
The fact that me and Jessica were having relationship problems. She said she didn't want to talk to me about it because she didn't like me right then or something. She said, even though I hate you, you know, I still have you come pick up Jessica or something like that. I forget what the actual words were.
How old are all these people? How old are you?
I'm 20.
And she?
18.
And this one?
18.
And this one?
21.
What state do you live in?
California.
What's the drinking age here?
21.
21?
21.
Any of these people drinking at your house?
I don't
Is not an answer. Is not an answer.
Well, I'm sure that there's definitely people drinking there, but...
No, I said any of these underage people drinking at your house is what I asked you.
Not that I recall, no. I don't remember. I don't remember seeing either one of them with a cup in their hand.
Could you pick your pants up a little bit? I'm afraid they're going to fall off.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
So that got heated, and I told Jen to shut up. I told her just plain out to be quiet.
No, you didn't tell her to be quiet. You told her to shut up.
Right. I told her to...
Did you use any expletives deleted before you said shut up?
Yes.
That I believe.
Okay. Well...
And I'm impressed by the fact that you actually understood what I was saying. Go ahead.
So I told her to shut up, and by that time I'd hung up the phone and I found out where I was going. I pulled up, and there was probably, counting the two girls, there was probably 5 or 6 people like standing on the curb waiting there, and they had drinks in their hands. I had my door unlocked.
No, he only had a drink in one hand. He was holding his pants up with the other. Go ahead.
So I pulled up. I had the door unlocked for Jessica because I saw she was standing on the curb. Before she could walk to the car, another guy jumped in front of her, opened up the door, and said, do you want to stick around and party with us? And I said, I got to go to work in 2 hours, so I don't want to, and I really didn't want to hang out with the crowd in the first place. That's why I wasn't there.
I want to know what you said. Did you say no, thank you, but thanks for the invitation?
No.
What did you? Come on.
They said, do you want to stick around? I'm like, no, I got to go to work in an hour.
Okay, that's what you said.
That's what I said.
Nothing more hostile than that.
No.
Okay, go ahead.
So somebody said, what's his problem? And I looked over to the side, and Jessica was pulling the guy away from my door because he was advancing into my truck. Somebody hit my window from this side, and then the kick started coming in here. Jessica got in the car. I revved my engine. I took off forward because I had never taken my foot off the clutch. I was there for probably maybe 15 seconds. So my first initial thing to do was make some noise, so like nobody's ripping in my car, and
They had already started to hit your car.
Yeah, well, I mean, ripping me out of my car and attacking me because I'm in my night clothes.
Well, no, so far nobody had touched you. Is
Well,
that right?
they were advancing towards my car, and the other guy was pulling on my handle saying, open the door. Said,
you just added that in. Go ahead. Keep
okay,
going.
I'm sorry. So she got in the car, I revved my engine, and then back out of there and went home. And that was that.
How do you know that he kicked your car twice?
I watched him do it.
Can I see the marks on your car?
I think it's funny that he said he pushed off the front of my truck because even though there is a dent on the front of my truck that looks like a footprint, there's also a dent on the rear window that's a footprint. So if he was putting his feet in 2 places that are 6 feet apart to kick off my truck.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
He comes up the hill like this, and the tire goes over the curb, and I put my hands up to deflect it. That's right where my hands would have gone.
I'll pay for my other fender if you can do that
That's
too.
right where that's right where it would have gone. If I can?
Yeah.
I can. I guarantee you I can.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Danny Fiala says his girlfriend's friend, Josh Parton, kicked dents into the side of his truck.
Now, your girlfriend, after she got off the phone with Mr.
Fiala,
she came in and told you that he had cursed at her. Is that right?
Correct.
You are?
Jennifer?
Jennifer. Jennifer and Jessica. I got to keep, right? Got to keep these straight. Step up here. Jessica.
Jennifer.
Jennifer. I feel like that. The hair the same. You're not twins, are you?
No.
When you told Mr. Parton that you had had a conversation with the plaintiff, what did you tell him that the plaintiff said to you?
I said that he didn't want to come up and that he told me that he was going to, like, beat me up or something. I don't really remember exactly, but I remember he was saying mean things to me.
He said mean things to you?
Yeah, because he was in a bad mood and I was bringing up stuff I shouldn't have brought up.
And did he curse at you?
I believe so.
And did he threaten you?
Yes.
And you told that to your boyfriend?
Yes.
Before he arrived, is that right?
Yes.
Where were you when you took the call from the plaintiff? Were you inside his apartment or outside?
I was walking down the walkway.
What were you doing?
Talking on the phone to him, because I knew he was about to pull up.
He called first. When he called you the first time, you were in the house.
Oh, yes. Well,
pay attention. Now, why were you walking outside when you answered the phone the second time?
To walk Jessica down to Danny's truck because I knew that he was pulling up.
Why were all these other people with you?
I asked Josh to come.
Why?
To walk with me and to introduce him. And then his friends just followed. I didn't ask them to come.
When you asked, so you just asked Josh to come to introduce him?
Yes.
Because you hadn't had any bad words with him yet, right?
Correct.
Actually, she wanted me to go down there and introduce myself and make him feel comfortable to want to come inside and stay, because she wanted Jessica to stay longer.
But by the time he got there, your girlfriend had already told you that he had cursed at her, correct?
Well, yeah, beforehand.
That he had threatened her, right?
Right.
That he made her feel bad, right?
That's what she told me, right? But at the same time...
Shh. And that he did all those things, and you're telling me that you greeted him when he pulled up in the truck and wanted to introduce yourself to him and make him feel comfortable so that he would come back to the party. Is that what you said?
Even he said that. That was the first thing that we said to him when he came up, right? I mean, because whether or not she's being mean to her on the phone, if she asked him to go down there and make someone feel comfortable to want to come in and chill, then why would I not do that?
She wasn't asking you to make him feel comfortable anymore after he cursed at her and threatened her that he was going to beat her up, Mr. Parton. What are you kidding? All right. Now, how many people came downstairs?
It was me, her, Jessica, and two of my other friends.
Two of your other friends. What are their names?
Josh.
Is not an answer.
Josh and Ryan.
How do you know Ryan?
He lives next door.
How old is he?
19 or 20.
And Josh, how do you know Josh?
Well, he was next door too.
Josh work or go to school?
Doesn't do either.
How old is he?
At least 21, because you can buy alcohol. He's at least 21.
So you had two people there who could buy alcohol, you and Josh, is that right?
And many other, probably everyone else.
No, you just told me that there were, I asked you who was there, you told me. One,
no, you
two,
said who went down
three,
to the car.
Who went downstairs to the car.
Right.
Well, that's what I'm asking.
There was more people inside, that was what I'm saying.
There were you, 21, the owner of the premises where the alcohol was served. Two, Josh, not the owner of the premises where the alcohol was served, and two minors.
Right.
Who had both been drinking, right?
Yes.
What were you drinking?
Beer.
What else? Because you hesitated for a minute. What else?
Well, because just beer.
Why would you hesitate if I said, what are you drinking? You said...
Because I had to think about it. I don't remember. I've drank another stuff. That one night was just beer.
What were you drinking?
Beer.
Anything else?
I had a Bloody Mary.
So there was other liquor there other than just beer. Now, why don't you explain to me, Mr. Parton, how it came about that you put your hands on the plaintiff's car?
Well, that's funny that you asked, because that's the last thing that he forgot to mention in his little statement, was that after she did get inside the car, he backed up and then came charging at us at least twice, trying to hit us. His tire came over the curb and tried to hit us.
Really?
So, like you said in the beginning, if someone's coming at you, I'm going to put my hands out to deflect myself, and that happens to be on the right side. On the, if you look on the picture, I was standing on my sidewalk. It goes down like this. If he comes up the hill like this, then if he's come and the tire goes over the curb and I put my hands out to deflect it, that's right where my hands would have gone.
I'll pay for my other fender if you can do that
that's
too
right
with
where
your hand.
That's right where it would have gone. If I can?
Yeah.
I can. I guarantee you I can.
Step up. Did you see your boyfriend try to run anybody over that night?
He did like a burnout. Sorry.
What's a burnout?
Like you rev the engine, kind of, to like get them away from his truck.
Yes.
And then he went forward, and then he reversed, and we left.
He went forward?
At us.
At them?
Well, he was, I don't know, revving. It was like on a hill, and it'd stick.
Did you see anyone surround the car when you got in the car and make a move towards your boyfriend to try to get him out of the car?
Yes.
Who did that?
I'm not sure. I didn't know them.
Well, there weren't that many people down there, madam.
And just
According
remember, I
to-
pulled one guy out of the truck because I wanted to get in the passenger seat. I don't know who he was, though.
Who was that?
I don't have no idea. I don't have any idea.
Well, it's either Josh or Ryan.
I don't remember. It wasn't me. I mean, I'm the one that's being sued. If someone else is climbing in their car, you should be suing them, right?
How much did you have to drink?
Shoot. Honestly, I don't remember.
And how was it that Josh and Ryan accompanied you outside?
Maybe they wanted to help me introduce myself to him. Maybe they were happy to just be out smoking a cigarette and someone pulls up and I honestly don't remember. I didn't tell if what you're looking for is if I asked them to accompany me. That's not. I did not ask them to accompany me. I swear to God, I didn't.
Maybe she did.
Well, I did. I know I didn't.
Was she crying when she spoke to you about how nasty he was on the phone?
Nope.
Just annoyed.
The last thing that she said was not. He's calling me names. The last thing that she said to me was, "Go out there, introduce yourself to him, and make him feel comfortable, so that Jessica will want to stay longer."
Somebody who just cursed her and threatened to beat her up? That's what she said.
That's what she said.
She must have had a lot to drink.
Or just wanted her friend to stay.
Can I see the estimate for this dent on the side of your car? Mr. Parton, there was a big party going on. Everybody at the party had had a little too much to drink. I'm not saying that I condone somebody revving up their car, but I believe that your girlfriend told you that she had been insulted by the plaintiff. He's the only sober one there. He's coming there for the sole purpose of picking up his girlfriend. He hasn't been partying all night. His car got damaged. He says it got damaged as a result of you kicking it. You say it got damaged as a result of you putting your hands on the car. I have to make a judgment as to who I believe and whether or not this damage to this car, in my judgment, can be done or was done by somebody who's pushing off with their hand or somebody who kicked it. I vote for the kick. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,800. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I think he's made.
Obviously, that dent wasn't put there by a hand pushing off my truck, so.
I think he was scared the whole time.
Just don't hang around with these kind of people.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Daggett versus Martinez. Step forward, please.
Teacher Marcy Daggett is suing dog groomer Angelina Martinez for the value of a Yorkshire Terrier. Marcy says while Angelina was pet sitting, the dog ran away.
Miss Daggett, I assume you knew Miss Martinez before you asked her to dog sit for your two Yorkies. Is that right?
This was the third time that she'd watched them, and
she'd watched them before, so
right.
You brought the dogs over there?
Yes.
For how long?
It was an indefinite time.
What do you mean indefinite? I don't understand.
Because our dogs had been barking and bothering the neighbors, and we weren't really sure what we should do with our dogs or how to train them or what to do with them, and Angelina was going to watch them while we decided what to do with them.
And according to your complaint, one of the dogs got out, or one of the dogs is gone, lost, stolen, dug a hole under the fence, according to the defendant, and is gone, and you want to be compensated for that dog.
Yes, Your Honor.
Miss Martinez?
Yes.
What happened to her dog?
At 4:30, I let the dog and two of my dogs outside to go potty, and 5:15, I brought them back inside, and I couldn't find Zoe. And she's real small, so sometimes she runs in and, hides underneath the bed or under there. So I thought she had run in the house. And I had to go to my son's back to school tonight, so we left real quick and then came back and started looking for Zoe. And it was about an hour time lapse from that. And we started looking for her, and we realized that she wasn't in the house at all or in the backyard.
So when you didn't see her, you went out anyway?
Yeah.
It's such an easy case. They should all be this easy. How much did you pay for Zoe?
$850.
You don't have a bill of sale, do you?
I have the canceled check.
Okay, I'd see it. How old was she?
Just over a year, about a year and 3 months.
Okay, you want to explain to me why, Miss Martinez, you don't feel as if you're responsible minimally for what Miss Daggett paid for her dog?
Well, I have a copy of the purchase agreement of her dog, and there is no price for it.
Well, let me see it. Go ahead.
And so I offered to replace the dog with another dog of greater value. At that time, she was not ready for another dog.
I have a check dated the same day as the puppy sale agreement. The check is a canceled check for $850.
I also have a bill of sale for the mail that she bought the same day, and it says $680.
Well, that may be, but females are usually more expensive.
Right.
So you mean it's just the cost of the dog that you question, is that right?
Right.
Okay, well, don't question it. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $850, that's all.
Parties in the matter of Hughes versus Farrar. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Ladies, have a seat, please.
Ms. Hughes, you were a tenant in an apartment complex that was managed by the defendant.
Correct.
And it is your claim that he assaulted you.
Yes.
Mr. Farrar says that you was served with an eviction notice, and you, in fact, assaulted him and one of his employees. He is counterclaiming. How long had you been living in this complex?
I lived in that complex for approximately 2 years and about 4 months.
And who did you live with?
A roommate of mine.
When did Mr. Farrar come to work at the complex?
December 19th of 03. And the incident with Mr. Farrar and me happened on January 23rd of 04.
So describe the incident, please.
I was walking out of my apartment on January 23rd, and Mr. Farrar, I noticed that a balled up piece of paper hit me in the back. I turned around, and I seen him along with one of his witnesses over there.
Which one?
Mrs. Farrar. Now, they said they're separated.
Who was Mrs. Farrar?
That's the first one there.
Okay.
Okay, and I turned around, and I said, "Did you throw that paper at me? You're so childish." And he followed me into the underground parking lot, antagonizing me, just taunting me, saying a lot of different things to me. I can't wait till you get out of here. You know, he started to say, I have a recorder in my pocket. I'm going to try to get you arrested, you know. So I kind of rushed and got in my car. I was very afraid of this man. I couldn't even leave anywhere. I was so distraught. I went back into my house once I knew they were out of the underground parking lot.
So you were sitting in your car, and then you decided not to go out anymore, and you went back up to your apartment.
Yes, to go tell my roommate what happened.
Go ahead.
I went to go walk my dog. A lady out of the office came out and said, "Are you supposed to be walking your dog up front? What are you doing up here?" And 5 minutes later, out of nowhere, this gentleman came and placed me into this chokehold.
You mean he just came out of nowhere?
He came out of nowhere. I did not see him coming. That's the whole thing about it. I didn't have an opportunity to even touch him with my pinky if I wanted to.
Okay, so he came up from behind you.
He came up from, yes, from the
came up from behind you and placed you in a chokehold.
Yes.
And what happened next?
Ma'am, he had me so tight. I was in and out of consciousness. I remember being slammed onto the floor. I remember that woman right there, Mrs. Farrar, kicking my keys, kicking my shoes because my shoes fell off. And he's screaming penal codes, telling her to go call the police. She needs to get arrested for this or that and the other. And
what kind of documentation do you have, Miss Hughes?
I have the pictures with my assault bruises that I had. I have my, I went to the emergency room, and I have...
I'd like to see everything that you have.
Okay.
Gotcha. Now, you are not still living at the complex, is that right?
I'm not.
When did you move?
3 days after that incident on 123.
Had you been previously served with an eviction notice?
Yes.
When?
November, the beginning of November.
November of 2003.
Yes.
Prior to him beginning employment there, you were served with an eviction notice for what?
Payment due.
You had not paid rent?
Correct.
How long had you not paid rent?
It was 2 months, actually.
Any reason why you didn't pay rent?
Well, my roommate could not come up with her half. Her mother just died. She was going through a lot of financial problems, and I could not fork her half of the rent.
So you didn't pay anything?
No, they would not accept any partial payments, ma'am.
Well, you could have paid if in October you didn't pay your half. In November, you could have paid your half of November and your half of October. That would have been a whole month.
Yeah, that's true.
So you decided if your roommate couldn't pay anything, you weren't going to pay anything either. Is that right?
Basically.
Basically. Okay. All right, Mr. Farrar, let me hear your version of these events, sir.
Well, she's right. We did go down into the garage, and I was with Norma.
Who's Norma?
Norma's my former wife and now an employee. We were married 20 years ago. And I already had an altercation with her about a week before that.
What kind of an altercation?
About 8 policemen were coming out of her apartment, and I went over to the apartment to find out what had happened. And she lit a cigarette. She said, "It's none of your business." and threw it in my face. And then her roommate pulled her back in and shut the door.
Don't speak. Don't
Pulled her
speak.
back in and shut the door. So I checked with some of the fellows in the police department to find out what had been going on in that apartment, and I found out that there was a numerous calls there, something like 41 calls in 2 years.
You have the
Yes, I
log
do.
of those calls?
I do. I have some
What were
of
the
them.
calls for, Miss Hughes?
Oh, I'd like to see him myself, ma'am. I'd like to see him myself the day that he's talking about.
No,
the
I'm
day
not-
the
I'm
police
talking
did
about-
come.
And
My
there's her,
8-year-old daughter
there's her-
called the police
Listen
by
to me,
accident.
Miss Hughes. I didn't
but I
ask
like
you-
I like a
I
log of
didn't-
the 41 calls.
I didn't ask you about the day. I said I'm just asking you whether...
One of them involved weapons.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You wouldn't know the truth if it came up and bit you in the behind. You're not going to take advantage of the judicial system by seeking redress in the court for something that your bad behavior started.
And later today,
What is it that you did to your son when you found out that he stole this phone?
Whooped him.
Did you ever steal anything before?
Yes, ma'am.
What?
Car.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Andrea Hughes claims she was assaulted by her former landlord, James Farrar. James says Andrea is looking for a free ride.
There are a lot of calls here to your apartment, madam.
You know, I personally have seen the police at my house twice.
Good. Okay, that's all. Would you please tell me what happened on January 23rd, 04, sir? You and your wife followed her down to the garage for any particular ex-wife, for any particular reason?
Yeah, I was going down there to look at some work being done on the elevators. We had the elevators remodeled. They were in bad shape. And her car was to the right. I was going to the left. She got in the car, and she opened the trunk, or she got to the trunk area, opened the trunk, and started throwing stuff out into the garage area. And then, of course, there was a lot of bad, blistering language going on at the time in reference to my previous marriage with Norma. She got in her car and peeled out, went out the gate. That's the last I saw of her. So I finished checking on the work, went back up to the office area.
Listen to me. I don't want you to say anything.
Wow.
I went back over to the other garage where the manager at that time, Stellar On, was. We're waiting for her to come. So Stellar pulls in, maybe 10 minutes after she left, not even that. So we left, went back to the office area, and there she was with a dog. And the dog was urinating on the planter at the time. She was smoking a cigarette and had the door open. That day, she had a TRO dropped by Stellar On.
Who's Stellar On?
She was the existing manager at the time.
So the existing manager of the building had a restraining order against Miss Hughes?
Yes.
May I see a copy of it, please?
I don't have it because they dropped it because she
They
couldn't
dropped it
articulate.
twice.
But I do have 2 restraining orders on tenants
They
at the
dropped it
building.
twice.
Yeah, I see them, please.
Sure. These are people she assaulted during her tenancy there. These are still enforced, by the way. 2 of my witnesses that couldn't make it today.
I have temporary restraining orders issued. You were the defendant, Miss Hughes. The protected persons are somebody by the name of Sean and Adam.
We had parking issues there in the underground parking.
Okay. Shh. I just asked you.
Yes, correct.
Okay, go ahead, Mr. Farrar.
Anyways, I came back, and she was talking to Stellar at the time at first, and Stellar told her to put her dog on a leash. And she said, with a cigarette right at Stellar, I don't have to do any damn thing I don't want to do. And I'm going to leave out the profanity as best I can. But it would have blistered the doggone walls of this room. It's that bad. So I asked her, please leave the area, go to your apartment. We had mothers and children.
Whatever.
coming.
You told her to
Okay.
get. You told her to get out, and I wouldn't.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I
told her to get
go
out.
back to her apartment and get out of there. So
Go ahead.
3 or 4
Go.
times. Finally, she said she wasn't going to leave. And I placed her under citizen's arrest for 415 PC, which is disturbance of peace.
Okay.
I told Stellar to call the Torrance Police Department and have them roll.
And?
At that point, I'm standing here, she's standing there, the office corner is here, Norma's here, and Stellar's looking around the corner. She tried to step around me going towards the direction of the 2 managers. I did what I instinctively been trained to do. I stood in her way. And when I did, her body went
They
into
didn't
me.
train you to put a chokehold on someone,
Hughes,
sir, and
Miss
take them to
Hughes,
the ground.
Miss Hughes.
That's not what the police department
Miss
trains
Hughes.
you to do.
Do you see how quiet he was when you were speaking?
He was thinking of his lies very good.
Madam, you wouldn't know the truth if it came up and slapped you in the face. You got a bad temper, Miss Hughes. everybody who has contact with you seems to have a problem with you, and you have no problem with anybody. You had no problem with the prior building managers. You have no problem with the tenants.
I know I had
No,
never
you have
had
any
any
problem?
problems.
And you had no problem paying your rent, and you had no problem living like a good tenant? You had no problem at all?
Me paying my rent doesn't have anything to do with me physically getting harmed, ma'am.
Oh, yes, it does, madam. Yes, it does. There's a certain entitlement that one thinks that one has when you believe that you can take property, take things that don't belong to you without payment, like a place to live, and say, sue me. Go ahead. It's going to take you 3-4 months to get me out of this apartment. Meanwhile, I'm going to stay here and I'm going to make a big, fat pain in the for myself, which is exactly what you did. Exactly. Because when you were telling me your side of the story, I was listening. I was perfectly prepared to listen to you and to say maybe this man overextended, maybe this man who was a former police officer or a peace officer got a little carried away with himself. But I was watching you testify, and you wouldn't know the truth if it came up and bit you in the behind. And I want to tell you something. You're not going to take advantage of the judicial system by seeking redress in the court for something that your bad behavior started. So your lawsuit's dismissed. Now, I'm going to get to your counterclaim. But for the fact that she filed this lawsuit, would you be here today?
No.
Good. So let's say goodbye to each other. She's no longer a tenant, is that right?
That's
Goodbye,
right.
your case is dismissed and your counterclaim is withdrawn. Thank you very much.
That's so great in your lives. You are so great. I was a very good tenant. He was the one that just came aboard. I had been there for 2.5 years. If I wasn't a good tenant, I wouldn't have been there that long.
She actually had most of the building in fear, and this is a 90-unit building.
There's no criminal charges against anyone that lived in that household. Rather, there was 100 of 911 phone calls.
She's being sentenced tomorrow morning for a felony, domestic violence, where she took a knife to her roommate.
That man assaulted me, and he knows he assaulted me. He knows he snuck up on me and assaulted me for no reason at all.
It's just a pity that a young woman her age can't control her rage and her anger, that tries to intimidate her way through life, and this is what she's been doing. And Judge Judy saw right through it.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Thomas versus Green. Step forward.
Account manager Lizette Thomas is suing her nephew's uncle, customer service rep Antonio Green Sr., for a $1,700 cell phone bill. Lizette says Antonio's son stole her nephew's phone and gave it to a girl.
No, I'd like these two young men to come and stand next to their respective parents, guardians. This is your nephew?
Correct.
And you gave him a cell phone?
Yes.
So that he could be in touch with you for emergencies?
Yes.
He lost it?
Correct.
And somehow Mr. Green's son found it. And according to you, Mr. Green's son gave it away?
Yes.
And whoever he gave it away to had a very big mouth. And you got a phone bill for how much?
$1,700.
$1,700. So you want Mr. Green to be responsible for that?
Yes.
Mr. Green says, I didn't use the cell phone. My son didn't use the cell phone. Why should he be responsible?
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
When did your aunt give you the cell phone?
Late July.
And why did she give you the cell phone?
For emergencies.
How long did you have it?
About a month.
Until late August?
Yes.
And what happened to it?
I gave it to my coach. We went to a game, and I asked him to hold it, and I left it with him, and we all left.
So what did you do?
I called him and asked him, did he have it? He said yes. I asked him, could he hold it for me? He said yes.
When did you go and get it from him?
I didn't.
Oh, why not?
Because I thought if I told my parents, they're going to think I was irresponsible.
That doesn't make sense, what you just said to me. Could you get there by bus?
Yes.
So why didn't you run right over and get it?
I wasn't thinking that time.
Right. You weren't thinking. Now, what's your first name?
Antonio.
Antonio, how did you get this phone?
I found it in the coach bag, and I gave it to this girl trying to impress her.
Just, okay. Don't go through. We have to do this slowly because I have to get things step by step. You found it in the coach's bag when?
Around late August, around the 28th, during the 1st of September.
When you say you found it in the coach's bag, what were you doing in the coach's bag?
Just going in it, sneaking around.
So you stole the phone out of the bag?
Right.
And what did you do with it when you stole the phone out of the bag?
I gave it to this girl. At that time, it was my girlfriend.
And what did you say to her?
I gave her the phone, told her she could use it.
So, Mr. Green.
Yes, ma'am.
See, this is something he didn't put in his answer, that he stole the phone.
Well, yes, I knew that he retrieved the phone.
Not retrieved.
Well, stole the phone around November when I got the call from Miss Thomas.
Stole it.
Right.
So, what is it that you did to your son when you found out that he stole this phone?
Can I say on air?
Yes.
I whipped him.
How old are you, Antonio?
16.
You go to school?
Yes, ma'am.
How do you do in school?
Good.
Did you ever steal anything before?
Yes, ma'am.
What?
Cars.
How many?
2 of them.
And when you went to court, did your father go with you?
Yes, ma'am.
How many children do you have, Mr. Thomas?
2, ma'am.
How old are they?
He's 16 and my daughter's 15.
Did she give you any trouble?
No.
So what are you doing about Mr. Trouble?
Well, right now he's in rehabilitation programs in the city, doing counseling session, peer mentoring programs appointed by the court, urine drops and things like that.
He had a drug problem?
Yes, they said he did.
If they said he did, he probably did.
Of course, he denied that, but they said he did.
Well, he's right out here telling me everything that he did. That's a good thing, because he probably knows that I know anyway.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So you better get pretty busy, because you owe this lady $1,700.
Yes, ma'am.
You stole the phone, you gave it to somebody, and you lied to them and said, I got you this phone, you can use it. They used it, as you told them to. I mean, the fact that you couldn't get your behind out of your room to get on a bus and go pick up the phone doesn't make you a prince. Do you understand that?
Yes.
But, I mean, it's your stupidity, but he did it on purpose. He stole it. And then he gave it away, and he said, I bought your present, use it. And you shouldn't have to suffer for that. Mr. Green shouldn't have to suffer for that either. What Mr. Green has to do is he has to harness this boy and send him out there to collect cans, 5 cents a piece, if that's all he can do. Because somehow you got to impress upon him that when he does something wrong, the whole world can't suffer. He's got to suffer.
Right.
You have to suffer. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,700. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out. All right, case number 97 on the calendar in the matter of Haney versus Parson. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Folks, have a seat.
Mr. Haney, the defendant, according to you, was a friend of yours. You allowed her to move into your home on a couple of occasions with her children when she was in some financial distress. You claim now that she owes you for a variety of things, some old loan, rent, utilities.
Correct.
Ms. Parsons says there was never an agreement for her to pay you anything. You are angry over 2 things. You are angry that she rejected your advances. She was not interested in you in a social way, and that bothered you. And second, you are angry because she reported you to the authorities for abusing one of her children. How long do you know her?
I've known her for about 7 years. We dated. A girl I was dating at one time lived in the same neighborhood that she did, same apartment complex. Me and the other girl broke up. Her and I talked. We went our separate ways. We didn't see each other for about 5 years. And one night at a nightclub, run into her. Then we started talking, and next thing you know, we were dating.
And when was that, sir?
And say roughly in the neighborhood about February a year ago.
So why don't you tell me about first the loans and then the arrangement with regard to rent and utilities?
She was calling several times, telling me that she had made a mistake, that she felt that she left me to go with this other guy that dumped her in Ohio.
Are you going to tell me about the loan?
Yes. That's where we're going to.
Let's get there.
She called me up needing money. Her kids needed school supplies for school.
When was this, sir?
Last year, before school. Her and her boyfriend agreed they would pay it back as soon as they can.
So how much did you give them at that time?
I gave them $100.
And then tell me about the rest of your lawsuit involving the rent and utilities.
Well, she left with him, went to Ohio. He threw her out. She came back to Charleston.
When?
February 15th. She asked me could she move back in. I said, okay. Are we talking boyfriend, girlfriend, or you want in a room? She said, well, what's the difference? I said, well, I'm not going to charge my girlfriend to live with me, you know? That's kind of stupid. And she said, oh, I see. If I sleep with you, then I don't have to pay. I said, no, it's not like that either. You know, if you're in a relationship, you know, you were helping before. There's no sense in, you know, I'm paying all this and you just lay around and do nothing. And she said, no, I just want the rooms. I said, fine. I rented the U-Haul to go get her stuff from Myrtle Beach, gas. Every time I turn around, she would, can I borrow $20 for this? Can I borrow $10 for that? I need cigarettes. I need gas. I want to rent a movie. There was no sexual advances to her in any way.
When did she move out, sir?
April the 29th, I evicted her.
Why?
Because she wasn't paying me any money.
Did you have a discussion with her?
Yes.
Tell me about the discussion you had with her.
She simply said she didn't have the money. I said, Tanya, you got a job. I helped you get a job.
Well, what kind of work did you get for her, sir?
She was a cashier.
Where?
At Speedway, well, Conoco, whatever they call it now, and they changed the name.
Did you know how much she was making?
About $100 a week.
And how much of the $100 a week did you expect her to give you, Mr. Haney?
I told her, even if it was $5 a week.
You wanted to see something, $5 a week.
Make an effort.
Okay, so you wanted her to give you $5 a week.
Correct.
Okay, for the 12 weeks that she was living there.
Correct.
Okay, fine.
Now.
And she didn't, so then you threw her out.
No. She had $1,000 coming to her for back child support. She kept telling me, as soon as that gets here, I will pay you up, get you caught up.
Get you caught up with what?
What she owed me.
Well, what did she owe you?
The loans.
So there's only one loan of $100 that was a year before, sir. That's all the loans that I'm hearing
Correct.
about.
But the dollar here, 20.
Sally, I'm not, listen, my parents didn't send me to law school and college and post-law school for 10 years to talk about the dollar here and the $2 there. That's gone. It's in the wind. Do you understand? What else?
Here's a list of every time she borrowed money from me, I wrote it down.
Listen.
She knew it.
Listen to me. You think that I believe that list that you just filled out? Do you think, Mr. Haney, that I believe that every time you gave her $5, you went over to a book and filled out $5, Tanya, for cigarettes? You think that I believe that? You think that my father raised an idiot?
No.
Good. Then let us move on, sir. Let us move on, sir.
Okay. I went and had an eviction notice signed on her.
And you say it's because she did not...
Owes me rent.
Rent, because she did not pay you rent.
Did not pay me rent.
Okay, now...
Didn't pay me for fixing her car.
Okay.
Buying the shoes.
All right, Miss Parson, now I would like you to tell me, madam, I want you to tell me about what happened on the 29th of April or immediately preceding the 29th of April.
When he got me this job at Sunoco gas station, he agreed that he volunteered to watch my children for me while I was at work because I work third shift. And my son is 6 years old. He has a bedwetting problem. He called me one morning at work and asked me to bring home a small brown bag to mail off cigarettes to somebody, and in the same conversation told me that he had spanked my son for bedwetting. He had done it 3 times in that night, and he spanked him twice out of the 3 times.
Is that the corporal punishment that you're talking about, the spanking?
He also put him in a tub filled with cold water.
Why do you think that that's an appropriate thing to do, sir?
For one, he didn't wet the bed 1 time that night. Yeah. He did it 3 times.
Do you think that he did it on purpose, sir?
I don't know. Just like I told him.
Just a second. If you don't know why he wet the bed, that means that you don't know whether he suffered from some sort of a psychiatric disability or a physical disability. You had no idea.
No, but at the same time, the first time he wet the bed, nothing was done. Because he got up in the middle of the night, changed his own clothes, got back in bed, and urinated again.
What does that tell you, Mr. Genius? What does that tell you, Mr. Genius? Did that tell you that the 6-year-old was maybe perhaps embarrassed?
Well, you know...
Well, what?
We have gone... him and I have talked about it. Logan, what's wrong? You know, is there something wrong? No, I'm just lazy. Because he has heard...
I want to ask you a question. Did you get your degree in psychology from an accredited university?
No, I did not.
Did you take any parenting classes before you decided that this was an appropriate way to treat a 6-year-old bedwetter?
No.
Do you have any children of your own?
Oh, yeah.
How many?
I have 2.
How many did you raise?
My daughter comes with me every weekend.
How many did you raise?
None.
Mr. Haney, it is inappropriate for you to physically discipline anyone else's children in the first place. In the second place, until you understand what all the problems might be with a child that causes them to bedwet, the very idea that you would resort to physical punishment suggests to me that you're missing one of the cans of a six-pack. Do you understand me, sir?
Oh, yeah.
Good. Now, did you report this to any authority?
The cops were called out. I called the cops out to the house. And
when?
Probably about a week or so later.
Why?
Because of the disagreement me and him were having.
Disagreement about what?
He was threatening to kick me out.
Let me explain something to you, Miss Parson. I believe you probably understand that Mr. Haney had some feeling for you. Correct? Right?
Before I moved in, it was understood.
That's not what I asked you. You're a young, attractive girl, and he's an older fool. And I believe that you needed him. You used him.
No,
of course you did. You used him.
I did not use him.
Of course you did.
Everything was on the table before I even moved in.
But he wasn't using you. He let you move into his house. You weren't paying rent. He was babysitting for your children. How do you say that I wasn't using him? You were. You were using him, and you were using him because, Miss Parson, you understood that he had feelings for you. That's why it was very important to you to have your agreement with him before you moved in that this is strictly platonic.
No, Your Honor.
Oh, Miss Parson. Oh, yes, my dear.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And later today...
You stayed on the property?
Yes, ma'am.
Alone?
Yes, ma'am.
The gentleman sitting next to her over there was the one that was moving in.
He never lived there, Your
cousin,
Honor.
Your Honor.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Dwayne Haney says his ex-girlfriend Tanya Parson owes for rent and a loan. Tanya says Dwayne threw her 6-year-old son into a cold bath after he wet the bed.
Listen, you chose him because he's better than a shelter. Give you a room, he's going to babysit for your kids, you got food, you got everything that you need, and the reason he did it was because he had feelings for you. Isn't that right? Mr. Haney, look at my face.
Yes.
Isn't that right, sir?
Oh, yeah.
Now, when you met her 5 years ago, were you attracted to her?
Yeah.
And at that time, you were 39 and she was 20.
Correct.
Is that right?
That's about right.
That's not a good match, Mr. Haney.
I understand that, but...
So you know what happens when an old guy wants to go out with a young girl? Costs some money.
Well...
And in your case, you know how much it cost you? $160. It's a bargain. It's a cheap lesson, Mr. Haney. Truth of the matter is, you were looking for something more. Mr. Haney, look here, sir. You were looking for something more. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. That doesn't let you come to court like a crybaby and say, now I want all the money for cigarettes and gas I gave her over the 3 months that she lived with me, and this $100 I gave her for school supplies a year ago, because I guarantee you this, Mr. Haney. Had Miss Parson decided to come across and move into your room, you would have forgiven the $100 loan and all the $5 cigarettes and gas. But the fact that she rejected you, and the fact that she ultimately decided, well, I'm going to even make it a little bit more difficult for him. He spanked my kid and he shouldn't have done that, which, by the way, you shouldn't have done. That doesn't make a lawsuit. That makes a bad relationship. So, Mr. Haney, this relationship didn't cost you a fortune, sir. It cost you a couple of $100 and a good lesson. Find somebody age appropriate. Your lawsuit's dismissed. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
It wasn't what the way the judge put it out to be, that I just wanted to sleep with the girl. No, I didn't.
It was agreed upon when I moved in there that it was going to be strictly platonic.
I felt sorry for her because of her kids. I gave her a place to stay. She agreed to pay me the $200 a month.
Once I got in there and he was asking me where was I going, who was I with, why was I with this person, why was I doing what I was doing, and I told him that that was none of his business, it continued to go downhill.
The judge ruled, that's it, in the case.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Collins versus Collins. Step forward, please.
Store manager Angela Collins is suing her ex-husband, construction worker Jack Collins, for his share of foreclosure fees. Jack says it was Angela's fault the trailer was repossessed.
Miss Collins, this is your former husband.
Yes, ma'am.
You claim that he owes you $750 because you were forced to pay certain assessments on a home that you jointly owned before the divorce.
Yes, ma'am.
And that you were forced to settle with the whatever company recently. You had no knowledge prior to the divorce that this was going to be a problem, and you feel as if it's only fair for him to pay his fair share.
Yes, ma'am.
And he says it was your house, deal with it. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
When were you married?
In 98.
1998. And when were you divorced?
2002.
And when did you separate?
Probably about 2000.
Who lived in the home?
Me and him, and our 2 children.
How old are your children?
They're 11 and 12.
See from the papers that the children don't live with either one of you, is that right?
You're right. They live with my mother.
Why?
She adopted them.
Why?
Because she couldn't handle them. She didn't want me to have them, and she didn't want them, so that's why she...
Stop tapping.
...tried to sign. She wanted to sign adoption, wanted me, pretty much forced me into signing adoption papers over to her mother for financial reasons, you know, and it just didn't make no sense. She didn't want me to have custody of children, but she didn't want custody of children, and they didn't want me to see them. I still don't see my children.
Then that's what happens when you sign away your legal rights to the children. Okay, so you separated in 98, and you stayed in the property.
Yeah.
Is that right?
From February to May.
Alone?
Yes, ma'am.
The
Are you sure? Are you sure about that?
I'm positive.
The gentleman sitting next to her over there was the one that was moving in.
He
That's
never
my
lived there,
second
Your
cousin,
Honor.
Your Honor.
When I started seeing him and his mama kept coming there and they wouldn't leave, and that's the reason I ended up moving out. We was just dating, Your Honor.
You say he was in and out of jail for burglary and drug use. I stayed in our manufactured home that was on his parents' property and continued on my life with a new spouse.
No, we was not married. We're still not married. We was just seeing each other, and he never lived there.
Did he stay there?
No, ma'am.
Did he come to visit?
Yes, ma'am.
Did he stay over occasionally?
Yes, ma'am.
Of course he did. All right. So, did you pay the mortgage during the whole time you were living there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what happened in May?
Him and his mother kept coming over, and they kept kicking in the front door, and then he got real, he got upset because I was seeing him, and they kept showing their butt, and he tried to run me off the road, and they kept kicking in the front door, so I just moved out.
Why didn't you take the trailer with you?
I didn't have nowhere to take it to.
So you just left it?
Yeah.
When he left, did he say to you, this is your problem, this is your trailer?
No, actually, he said him and his father was going to move into the trailer and keep the trailer.
Well, what happened to the trailer? It got repossessed?
It got repossessed with half my stuff in it, Your Honor.
Did you pay them this $1,500?
Yes, ma'am.
Let me
Here's the
see.
receipt right here.
Okay. I'll hear you, Mr. Collins. Why shouldn't you be charged for half of this?
Your Honor, I told her whenever I left there, I had went and bought another car. I loaded all my stuff up in a small car. And I told her, I said, as long as you have my children, you can stay on this property as long as you want. And I'll help you pay the note on the trailer as long as my kids are living there. But whenever he moves in, y'all all need to move out. You understand what I mean? I'm not going to sit there and support him and her. So when she decided that I wasn't going to be that dummy and support him and her, then she just left.
How old are you?
30.
You're a big boy. If you buy something from a bank and you take out a mortgage, what you do when you divorce is you make sure that when you get a divorce, all the loose ends are wrapped up. They moved out. They left the trailer on your mother's property. What happened to it?
The repossessors, they were supposed to pay us storage fee for even having the trailer.
What happened to the trailer?
They come repossessed it.
When?
I don't even know.
I don't know.
I moved.
I don't know. I don't know what my name is after this case. Listen to me. You owe her half the money. I mean, certainly when they've written off $10,000 worth of mortgage fees, neither one of you are going to get star credit ratings, but at least you're not going to have judgments against you, and at least under these circumstances, you're not going to have your income tax return if you have any refund taken, or they're not going to come and detach your driver's license. They can't take your children because you've already given them away. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $750. That's all.
Parties are excused. On the calendar in the matter of Otterstetter versus Burke. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Have a seat.
He used to be your boyfriend.
Correct.
And well over a year ago, you claim a loan to him to bail him out of jail and for an attorney.
Yes, ma'am.
After he didn't pay you back for the loan, you decided to move into an apartment with him and signed a lease. You were there for several months. According to you, he assaulted you.
Yes, ma'am.
He was put out of the house. Don't laugh.
I didn't assault her. She assaulted me.
Don't laugh. Anyway, he was put out of the house, and you want him to pay his half of the rent for the entire lease.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Burke says that you put a restraining order on him. He was not permitted to go back to the house, so he's not going to pay for an apartment that he can't live in. And with regard to the bail was a gift because you wanted him out of jail. And the attorney's fees, he really paid for because you deposited all his money into a joint checking account, and he gave you his salary and put it in a joint checking account. So
Not joint, just hers.
Hers. You gave her money from your job?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. When did you sign this lease?
Which one?
The one that we are talking about, where you were evicted.
Okay.
And don't be glib with
It was
me.
in,
I don't like it.
September.
September of what
End
year?
of October 2004.
When did you move in?
It was like October 25th, maybe sooner, like a week earlier.
When did you move in?
I have the lease right here, Your Honor. It's dated 8/26/04.
When were you put out of the apartment?
October 19th.
Did you pay September's rent, your half?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that correct?
No, ma'am, it's not.
How did you pay September's rent?
I put all my checks into her account.
For how long?
February all the way up to about September, the end of September.
Yeah.
I also finished
Just a
the
second.
job.
Your Honor, that's a complete lie, and I brought all my bank account statements with me. So if he has dollar amounts and dates, we can look on my bank statements and see if there were
On
checks deposited.
deposits.
Well,
It would be
you
around
should-
the 15th and the 1st of every month.
How much did you give him?
Amounts.
Shh, don't speak to him.
Amounts.
I'm
Well,
gonna
look
give
on the
you one,
15th and the 1st.
two, and then I'm going to say goodbye to both of you. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
How much did you give her on the 1st and the 15th, sir, when you got a check?
About $400 on the 1st, and then be another $400 on the 15th.
Let me see your bank statement. What's this U.S. Treasury?
I am an employee of the government.
National Guard.
Bed Bath & Beyond payroll.
I was also employed there.
Who did you work for, sir?
Ray Hall Construction. It would be Payroll Plus that the checks were from.
I don't see any of that so far.
They should be in there.
Well, I don't see any.
Not there.
I don't see any
It's
in
not
here.
there because you didn't deposit money in my account.
I did.
Opti Brand?
I worked for them as well, Your Honor. I had 3 jobs.
I mean, I have a whole lot of deposits here, sir, but nothing.
And any of them unknown?
No.
Just
No. $30, $40, nothing. No $400, sir.
any big amounts in June?
Now we're going all the way to June. You said since February. I mean, I'm
well,
looking.
yeah, go back to June and see if there's any big amounts, about $1,000.
No, sir, I see a couple of small deposits. Listen to me. $40 or $80.
Well, it's kind of funny because she got a $1,600 check that disappeared now.
Nothing in June.
There's no $1,600
There should be because
Mr.
our
Burke,
old landlord
Mr.
paid
Burke,
us.
Mr. Burke, I'm talking about your money. And
I know,
we're
and my
talking
money
about,
got
and
put
all
into
we're
her
talking
account.
about is September. First, we're talking about September. You said you paid it.
September, yes, ma'am. But how am I supposed to prove if I ain't got no papers because they're still at my house where I can't go back to?
I don't know, sir.
Yeah, that's not
why
true
am I?
either.
That is true.
How much is his share of the rent?
It would be $297.50 per month.
And he paid September.
No, ma'am, he did not.
He paid August.
No, ma'am, he did
didn't
not.
pay it all since you moved in.
No, ma'am, not
Is
a
that
dime.
right?
He did pay. I will give him this. He did pay his half of the deposit, which was $250. That's all he paid.
Are you still living there?
Yes, ma'am, I am. I couldn't get out of the lease.
Okay, this is what I've done. He was there until October 19th. He should have paid both September and October's rent. And from that, I have deducted the $250 deposit because the deposit you're going to get back yourself when he leaves. And
Actually, ma'am, I'm probably not going to get that deposit back with all the holes that he put in our walls.
Well,
and I have pictures to prove the holes that he put in our walls. So, no, I'm not going to get that money back. Your Honor.
Well, I don't know that. I don't know that, and I suggest that you get a little putty and putty up the walls. So that's $345. You do not get the full amount of the lease.
I'm held responsible for the lease. Why is he not?
No, both of you are.
So why does he not have to pay his half? It's not my fault. He thought it was okay to throw me around.
You said it was okay for me to
and
move
I got
out.
a restraining order. That's not my fault. Why am I being held responsible for this and he's not?
Kristen, listen to me very carefully. Right now, what he owes you for are September and October's rent. Should the landlord not let you out of your lease and decide to sue you, both of you, then you have a cause of action against him for your damages. But to give you that money now is premature because A, it's possible that you can get a roommate to cover some of the months.
And I have
B, it's possible that the landlord will let you out of the lease. But right now, if I awarded you the money for the lease, what I'm saying is you can live there alone. You've put him out. There was a restraining order. He was told not to come back to the house. Nobody told him to be involved in bad behavior, but you had some clue before that he had a problem.
And there's nothing I could do.
Yes, you didn't have to sign an 11-month lease with him.
And he didn't get violent until after we signed that lease.
If you're 22 years old, and when you're 21 years old, you have to front him $500 for bail money, and for a lawyer, you exercise better judgment, and you don't enter into a lease with somebody like that. That's what you do. Now, tell me about this case that you had where you needed to be bailed out of jail, sir.
We had been dating for like a month and a half, and then I had gotten a DUI.
How many DUIs have you had? Look at my eyes.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Kiss up to God and say thank you for opening my eyes to the fact that this man is a loser.
I'm a loser, huh?
Big time. Loser.
And later today,
me and Muriel dated for a while.
I'm not your therapist, and this is not Montel. Take your hands off your hips, sir. Only attitude here is mine.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Kristen Otterstetter says ex-boyfriend Jarrett Burke owes for bail, attorney fees, and rent. Kristen says Jarrett was arrested for a DUI.
Go ahead.
I've been pulled over for 3, but I got 1. She paid the $500 to get me out. She won.
Shh. You got pulled over, and when you got pulled over, you were taken to the precinct.
Yes, ma'am.
And what did you do when you got to the precinct?
I had contacted Kristen. I had contacted my sister.
You called her?
I had contacted my sister to let them know that I was in jail.
And what did Kristen say to you?
Kristen said she wanted to help me out.
And what did you say?
I said she could, but I was going to get out anyways.
And you were working at the time in construction?
No, ma'am.
What were you doing?
I had just got laid off. I was working at a car dealership.
Why didn't you give her back the $500 bail?
I gave her money because the terms that we had was that I just lived with her. I had a place to live with my brother, but the terms was if she got me out, she wanted me to live with her.
You must be some prize.
I guess.
Must be one of those hidden things that you don't see. You know, like a frog. Maybe somebody kisses you, turn into a prince, but I don't see it, quite frankly, with my naked eye. So you're telling me that she said, this lady who works 3 jobs, said, I'm going to pay you the $500, and all I want in return is I want you to come and live with me.
Yes, ma'am. Why'd I move in with her then? When I had a place I could go to.
Everybody has a place, sir.
Yes, everybody does have a place, but why'd I have to move in with her?
Maybe she's a good cook.
Maybe.
Kristen.
Yes, ma'am.
You're 22 years old.
Yes, ma'am.
I want you to figuratively lean over and kiss the ground and kiss up to God and say, thank you, thank you, thank you for opening my eyes before I did anything stupid like having a child with him.
Yes, ma'am.
Like marrying him, like buying a house with him. Thank you for opening my eyes to the fact that this man is a loser.
I'm a loser, huh?
He is.
And
Big
I'm
time!
who got hit by a car.
Big time! Loser.
You
Who owes
think
her
I'm
300? Who owes her
a goody-goody?
$345? Close your mouth.
Well, she's the one who hit me by a car.
Close your mouth. $345 for the rent. $500 for the bail. How much for the lawyer?
$1,000, Your Honor.
Show me $1,000 for the lawyer.
It's a check that I wrote.
What happened with his DUI case?
And that's the reason that I did have to stay, is because I will admit I was stupid, and I signed his bail, and therefore I had to keep track of him. Otherwise, the courts would have come after me for $5,000.
Don't tell me that that's the reason, Kristen, because I don't believe it. Not for a second. Are you telling me you let him move in with you so that you could keep track of him?
No.
Were you keeping track of him at night, too?
No.
Huh?
I offered him a place to stay because he said he could stay with his little brother, but his little brother kicked him out.
Kristen, listen to me very carefully, sweetheart. I don't even think your mother's buying that. For some strange reason, I hope you just had a lapse in judgment.
Yes, I did.
You seem like a hard-working girl who's got everything in order. I'm very impressed with what you've done with your life so far as your work history is concerned. Don't pick on losers. You're a terrific gal. Pick on a winner.
Yes, ma'am. Judgment
for the plaintiff for the bail, $500, $1,000 for the lawyer, and $345 for his rent. 2 months. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I just figured, if somebody could help give him a fresh start, he may be able to change his life, and obviously he can't.
She had beaten me up and hit me with a truck, and I got in trouble for arguing with her, and that's why I got arrested.
He just got really angry, threw me around, threw a knife across the room, wouldn't let me out of the house.
I attacked myself with a knife.
I was trying to go out with my friends that night.
She had an abortion, and I just kind of thought my life, was done. I couldn't stand it. I lost everything I wanted.
Like she said, I need to stay away from guys like him.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Meyer versus Magana, step forward, please.
20-year-old administrative assistant Mariel Meyer is suing her ex-boyfriend, 24-year-old construction worker Luis Magana, for unpaid credit card charges. Luis says Mariel gave him the card to use as he pleased.
Ms. Meyer, I assume this is your twin sister over here that you brought to court.
Yeah.
And I assume you brought her so that she could tell me what a lousy character Mr. Magana?
Magana.
Mr. Magana is. Because she used to date him.
Yeah.
When she got finished with him because she found out that he was a person of, according to her, poor character, you decided not to believe her and you started to date him.
Yep.
In addition to starting to date him, you got a credit card and decided it would be nice to give him another card. And he's supposed to pay whatever he spent on that card. And he took the card and spent some money, paid you some for the bill, and then you broke up and you claim he still owes you some money. And Mr. Magana says, what?
Me and Mariel.
First, I want you to stand up on your own 2 feet.
All right. Me and Mariel dated for a while.
Listen to me. I'm not your therapist. And this is not Montel. So I don't care about you dating. I already said you were dating. Take your hands off your hips, sir. Only attitude here is mine.
I feel I don't owe her that money because, first of all, I never asked for her to give me a card. She gave me the card.
Okay, so that's the first thing. You never asked her for the card.
No, ma'am.
Okay. Let's have it all at one time because I'm really interested in all of your defenses. I want to hear them all. First, you never asked her for the card, but she gave it to you anyway.
No, I did not.
Next.
She said that she got the card because she wanted to build up her credit and that I could make some charges on it.
So she gave it to you so that you could make charges on it so she could build up her credit.
Yeah, making payments back on the credit card and whatnot.
And that you were going to make payments on it.
Yeah. The agreement that we made was that I was going to give her some money. This was after the fact that we had broken up and she discontinued the card for me. It was never an agreement that I was going to pay whatever things were charged on there.
Can I say something?
No.
These things were charged...
He's doing miserably enough on his own. Why don't you just let him finish?
These are things that were charged when we'd go out partying, clubbing, and whatnot. Things that were charged so I wouldn't look like a cheapskate or whatever when we'd go out with friends and whatnot.
So you wouldn't look like a freeloader?
I guess you can say that.
Why didn't you pay cash?
Just saw it easier to pay with the card.
Well, she could have used her card. I mean, you each had a card, right?
That's correct.
Why did you use yours?
Like I said, when we were with our friends, being the guy, it looks better. The guy paying for things, so I just whip out the card that I had and put the charges
Well,
on there.
so what you're telling me, sir, is that you really were committing a fraud. You were saying to the other people that you were with, listen, I'm the guy, and I'm taking care of the meal or the club, but in actuality, what you were thinking was, I'm not going to pay for this. Is that what I'm understanding? I'm trying to understand you, Mr. Magana.
The way...
Because The first reason that you gave me that you're not responsible is because you never asked for the card.
Correct.
Okay. And so let me respond to that first. If you didn't ask for it and if you didn't want it, what could you have said, Mr. Magana?
I could have said no, but...
That's right. You could have said no. I don't need the credit card. I don't want a credit card. I like to pay in
cash.
Because if I don't have the
money,
I don't want to spend
the money.
Right. Look how smart he is. And we've never met. He can finish my sentences. Second thing that you said to me was when you would go out together because you didn't want to look like a freeloader, and it's because in your mind and in your friend's mind, it's the man's responsibility to pay for the entertainment, right?
Correct.
You whipped out the card instead of paying cash because you wanted to feel good.
That's right.
There's a price for that. You want to feel good, you got to do the right thing. You understand, Mr. Magana?
I understand.
There are no
now.
free rides here, sir. If you want to look like a freeloader, she'll take out her own card. Then you'll look like a deadbeat freeloader in front of your friends. You want to look like a big shot? Pay the tab. You got it. How much does he owe you?
$486.50.
That's what you owe her. Did she tell you that that's what you owed?
Yes, she did.
And what did you tell her?
Well, I didn't feel I owed the money.
Now you recognize that you do. Is that right, sir?
Well, I didn't feel I owed the money because...
No, I understand that that's the way you used to feel. I'm sort of hoping that after you and I have explored each other a little bit, sir, you've come to terms with the fact that you do owe her the money.
Not necessarily. When she gave me the card, I took that as her giving me a gift. And I don't feel gifts are
you trying to tell me I've just wasted my breath on you for the last 10 minutes, Mr. Magana?
No.
So that you understand that you owe her the money.
All right, correct.
$486.50. Judge McGurk. Thank you.
You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated, sir. Have a seat, please.
Mrs. Ricker, this lady is your husband's, I assume this is your husband?
Yes.
Your husband's former wife.
Yes.
And it is your claim that she has been harassing you, that
Yes.
she's filed false charges against you,
Absolutely.
seeking a temporary restraining order, and you are seeking damages.
Absolutely.
The former Mrs. Ricker says that everything that she said in her application for a restraining order is true. She is counterclaiming for harassment and for vandalism that she alleges you did to her car. So, how long were you married to Mr. Ricker?
12 years.
You have children?
We have 3 children.
How old are they?
14, 12, and 7.
When were you divorced?
Our paperwork went through in 2005, but I left in 2002.
And when did you marry?
2 years ago, March 29th.
Do you have children?
No, we do not.
On what date was this restraining order filed?
I believe it was the 20th
of
March. The alleged incident was on the 17th, which would have been St. Patrick's Day.
Okay, I'm going to start with you. Tell me your first name.
Sally.
So that we can differentiate between the Mrs. Rickers. You're Sally. Tell me what happened on March 17th.
On March 17th, I was at an establishment near where I work. My car was parked.
What
in the parking lot.
establishment were you near where you worked?
I was at a nail salon called Tammy's Salon.
Okay.
And I'm looking out the window. I happen to look out and I see both Tyler and Angela drive up, and I'm
What
shocked. It was about 2:30. I saw Tyler get out of the car, and then I saw Angela get out of the passenger side door. And together, they hurriedly sort of walked into my place of employment.
What is the name of your place of employment?
I work at Trader Joe's. I happen to be off this day.
So you were off on March 17th?
I was.
How far is your place of employment from where you live?
4 miles across town.
Did you have an appointment for your nails?
No.
What was the name of the person who did your nails?
You know, I'm sorry, I don't know. She's an Asian woman, and I don't know her name.
Does she usually do your nails?
No, I walk in.
So you don't go to any particular person?
Not at that place, no.
Is there any reason why you went to that place on that day, despite the fact that you weren't working that day?
I had some time to myself as I'm sole parenting my 3 children. I don't get a lot of time away.
Yeah, but this place is cross town. Why would you go across town unless you have a particular nail lady who does your nails and had an appointment rather than walking into some place that's closer and not cross town?
Well, it's inexpensive. I had a few hours to go do my nails and get some groceries and go home.
Where were you getting your groceries?
At Trader Joe's.
Did you actually go into Trader Joe's?
No, I decided not to go in.
Go ahead, Sally.
So?
Go ahead. I'm listening. So they went into Trader Joe's, and you were having your nails done by a person whose name you don't know, and you just happened to be looking out the window. Let me hear the rest.
Yes. So they continued to walk in, and they asked for me while they were in the store. And
How do you know that?
Because I had a conversation with my son. I called my son after I saw them.
Just a second. You called your son where?
I called my son from my cell phone.
And where was he?
He was at his grandmother's house. And I asked them if he had heard from his dad that day, because we haven't heard or seen from Tyler in 9 months. And so I called my son to see if he had heard from his dad this day, to find out why he would be in town. And he said, yes, he was there with Angela, and they were looking for you at the store.
What's your son's name?
My son's name is Aaron.
How old is he?
He's 14.
Stand up, sir. Did you call your son that day, Mr. Richter?
I did.
Where did you reach him?
I
on his
reached
cell
him
phone?
Yes, on his cell phone. He was at my parents' house.
At your parents' house?
Yes.
And did you ask him where his mother was?
I asked if his mother was at work.
Why?
Because I had part of his birthday present to give to him.
Which part?
A credit card that had come in the mail after his birthday.
Did you see him that day?
No, I did not.
Why not?
Because he was at my parents' house.
Are you not allowed to be there?
It's not a comfortable place for me to be, but I'm allowed to be there.
Well, if you wanted to give him a credit card, why did you ask where his mother was?
I was going to give it to her if she was there.
So did you end up giving him his birthday present?
I did not.
Why not?
I was told she was not there.
Did you go into Trader Vic's?
Trader Joe's?
Trader
yes.
Joe's?
Yes, I did go into Trader Joe's.
Trader Joe's, Trader. What?
Had a cup of coffee, and my wife and I did a little bit of shopping.
On the 17th of March, how long had it been since you'd seen your son?
I had seen him on his birthday, which was 1 month prior to that.
Where did you see him?
I saw him in Pleasanton at his mother's house.
Spent some time with him?
Yeah.
Why did you say he hadn't seen the children for 9 months?
Prior to that, Tyler had left Angela.
Listen to me. You told me that he hadn't seen the children for 9 months. He
Right.
said he saw his son in February, a month before, well, which is true.
He did not come to our house.
I didn't care whether he came to your house or not. I don't care whether he saw the children at McDonald's. Did he see his son in February?
He did not see his son on his birthday.
I asked you a question. Did he see his son in February?
He did not see his son on his birthday.
Did he see his son in February of 2007?
He did not see his son on February 15th.
I didn't ask you about February 15th. I said, did he see his son in February?
No, he did not see his son in February.
I don't believe you.
He saw his son on March 28th when he left his wife Angela and came into town for a few days.
Are you on medication?
No, I am not.
There is no question in my mind that he saw his son in February, a month before the March incident. So when I asked you the question 4 times, you gave me an evasive answer. 4 times. Now I'm asking you one more time. It's very easy for me to find out. All I have to do is call Aaron. Did he see Aaron in February anywhere, at any time during the month of February of 2007?
I'm telling you that I don't. He did not see his son in February. I would have known that because we were together. If he saw his son, it could have been at school. He sees
Where
his
did you
son at
see
school
him in
sometimes.
February?
I saw him the weekend before his birthday. I had a hotel room in Pleasanton at Extended Stay Hotels. His mother dropped them off there, all 3 of my children.
All 3 children?
Yes, they stayed with me for the entire weekend, including Monday, which was a holiday. Then I saw them later at her house in February.
Of 2007.
And I was there on his birthday.
February 2007.
Yes.
Let's go, Sally.
That is not true.
Let's.
That is not true.
Just a second. You want me to call Aaron? Very simple to find out. He has a cell phone?
Yes, he does.
You want to change your mind before I call him on his cell phone? Do you want to change your mind before I call him on his cell phone? I hate to get him involved in this, but I'm prepared to do it because it's very important to me.
It's important to me to be able to speak as well. So
I asked you a question. Did he see his children in February of 2007. And I'm
Yes.
going to be able to
Yes.
find that out either through you or through Aaron, who I will reach on his cell phone.
On February 27th, yes. In February, Tyler saw Aaron.
Fine.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You say Angela goes on and off her medication for schizophrenia.
She knows nothing about schizophrenia.
You ever been diagnosed as schizophrenic?
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Angela Ricker claims her husband's ex-wife, Sally Ricker, falsely accused her of vandalizing her car. Sally is countersuing for car damage and lost wages.
Okay, now you're going to tell me that you saw Angela vandalize your car.
Yes, I did.
Is that you're going to continue? Let's go.
So on the way back out to the car, I was watching Angela as she had circled my car, and she started by standing and waiting for me, and then I saw her come around all 4 circles of my car with sort of a dragging movement with her arms swiping. And when I saw her out there, I had no idea what she could have been doing to my car. I knew that she may have been...
Don't tell me what you thought. I don't care what you thought.
Okay.
You have pictures of your car and you have a police report.
I do.
I'd like to see it, please.
These are the 2 that printed out. And then this is the police report. It spans all 4 doors of my car. Unfortunately, there are only 2 pictures that showed up.
Did you scratch our car?
No, I did not.
Tell me what happened when you left Trader Joe's.
We got into the car and we went home. We were going to my grandmother's. When I go from San Leandro to Stockton, where my family is, we usually stop at that Trader Joe's. It's right off the highway. It's very convenient for me. After all of this happened, it ruined my trip and I went home. I was devastated. I was very angry.
What do you mean after all of this happened? What
Well,
happened?
she told Erin on the phone that I had done this to her car, involved a 14-year-old in this. It just really, it hit. And then when I got accused of this and a police report was put out, brought into court.
Can I see the underlying paperwork, please,
Yes,
that
ma'am.
went along with her application for a restraining order?
Yes, ma'am. Since we've established that, most of that is fallacious. It's false.
That
She
is not
knows
true.
nothing about bipolarity nor schizophrenia.
Okay. And in your application for an order of protection, which is, I assume, written in your own hand, you say Angela came to my place of work unannounced, and she later called my son and verbally abused him. Did you speak to Aaron later?
I did speak to Aaron.
Tell me what happened when you spoke to him.
I spoke to him and I asked him why he was saying those things to
Saying
his
what
father.
things?
That I had vandalized the car, that I'd gone into her work looking for her, harassing, stalking, using those words. Aaron and I have never had any problems. I haven't seen the children in almost a year because of this behavior. I've refused to allow them in my home when I'm there.
Why?
Because of her. She debriefs them every time they go home. It's a drama from Friday to Sunday. Phone calls. It's just never a drop-off pickup. It's always something. And I couldn't handle it. Our marriage has been in jeopardy for almost 2 years because of this.
In your application for a restraining order,
Yes.
you say Angela is explosive
Yes.
and goes on and off her medication for schizophrenia and bipolar illness.
That's according to my ex-husband.
Did you ever tell her that?
Absolutely not.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
When did he tell you that she was bipolar and schizophrenic?
When he left her in February, it was February 27th, he left because they were having a domestic dispute.
Okay, so he left and in February.
In February, yes.
Go ahead.
I know I won't live that one down. I'm sorry.
You won't?
I know. I'm sorry. So, anyway, his brother brought him into town. He didn't have any money. He didn't have a job. Nothing. Brought him into town. He said he wanted to see the kids. And from that point, he had not seen the kids for 9 months. Okay?
So why would you tell me that he didn't see the children in February when he did?
Well, no, because I'm sorry, I'm really nervous today. I'm very, very sorry.
That's nervous is not an answer, madam.
was
You told me
February-
a very cogent story about everything that you allegedly saw with regard to this lady, how she stalked your car, how she bent down, how she had sweeping motions. But when I asked you a question a half a dozen times, you refused to give me an honest answer about when your husband last saw his children.
He wasn't at my house on February 15th, which was
I
Aaron's
didn't ask you anything about February 15th. I didn't even know when Aaron's birthday was.
Okay.
I asked you February. You said 9 months. He said February. Wasn't until I was planning to call Aaron and find out whether he had seen his father in February that you finally said he saw him in February. Do you understand that that gives me cause to pause?
Yes.
Well, it does. Do you take medication?
No, ma'am.
You ever been diagnosed as schizophrenic?
No, ma'am.
Bipolar?
No, ma'am. Your Honor, it was not February 27th that we separated. It was the beginning of the month. He was in Point Reyes. He decided to stay there with a friend at a bed and breakfast to do some work on the home. He was at her house. He called me from her house.
I understand that. Have your children spent time with the plaintiff in her home?
Yes, they have.
And they've come home in one piece?
Basically. Not for a year.
Shh. Others to be protected. Absolutely. Angela has no discretion when she is angry. My children should never be anywhere near this person.
They have a history of domestic violence.
Was there a history of domestic violence with you?
I left.
That's just a second. That's either a yes or a no.
Yes.
So there was a history of domestic violence with you.
With my husband.
So I got it. And you allowed that situation to go on more than once?
Yes.
You allowed your children to remain in a situation where there was domestic violence?
I left that
You let it go on for a long time? Do you understand, Mrs. Richter? Do you have a full-time job?
I do.
How long have you been working for the same place?
This job I have currently is 4 months.
Do you have a significant other or a husband?
No, I do not.
Are you working? Take your hands out of your pockets.
Not right now, no.
Why not? Is not an answer.
I had a job up until April 1st working on airplanes. I was let go from that job.
Up until April 1st, were you paying child support?
I was.
How much?
$411 a month was taken from my checks.
How long had you been paying the $411?
Only for a month at that point, and then there was a large gap between that point and the last time I held a job.
Well, Mr. Richter, that's unacceptable, sir.
I understand that.
Very unacceptable. No, not
I'm
unacceptable.
injured, Your Honor. I'm injured.
Very unacceptable, sir.
I do understand that. I was injured at my last job,
Yeah?
and the injury prevented me from working.
What was the last job?
The last job was working for Vortex Stores.
Yeah?
And
What year?
From June to August of 2006.
Well, that's a couple of months, sir.
I understand that. I was injured. I had a severe back injury.
So that you were out of work for 2 months.
I was out of work until I got a job in March of 2007.
Who supports you?
Workman's Comp was supposed to be, but the company that hired me is fighting all of that, and so Workman's Comp did not pay my payments. That's currently
So you've been
in
separated.
litigation.
You've been separated from your former wife since 2002.
Since 2002,
Since 2002, until you were injured. Just listen to me carefully. Until you were injured in June of 2006, were you regularly paying child support?
I was. I regularly paid child support when I had a job.
That's not my question. Don't play with me.
Oh, I'm
you
not
two
playing
people
with you, Your
deserve
Honor.
each other. You two people deserve each other. Not when you were working. How old are you?
I'm 40.
You have 3 children.
I understand
There is
that.
no question that you have to be employed regularly. And I don't care whether you work at McDonald's or if you don't have another job, if you work at a car wash, drying cars, if you can't do something else. You have 3 children. No wonder she's furious with you. You work?
Yes, I do.
What kind of work do you do?
I'm a registered nurse.
So you earn a reasonable living?
Yes, I do.
So you support the family?
Yes, I do.
Right. No wonder she's furious with you. Collect cans if you have to, but you send money. And if she's angry with you, unfortunately, she took it out on the wrong person. Because I don't believe you, madam, that you saw her vandalize your car. I don't believe you. The case was dismissed, was it not?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, did anybody else ask you the questions that I asked you about the name of this person who did your nails, why you traveled cross town to get your nails done? Was the person who tried this case?
No, he did not.
He did not?
No.
Because he doesn't understand that you don't travel cross town to just walk into a nail salon. You can walk into a nail salon anywhere. You don't have to travel 4 miles cross town to do that. A lot of baloney. I don't believe you. I believe that you're angry with him. And I believe that you're angry with her because she's an enabler, because she's working. He's not, at least on the books anywhere, and he's not paying support. I got that you're angry. But you can't do this. This is nonsense. And I don't believe you.
Well, I saw it happen.
No, it didn't. I think that you probably even scratched your own car. But I don't believe that she scratched your car. I don't believe that this professional woman scratched your car.
I wouldn't have done that to
No
my car.
way. No way. And when you lie to me once, I don't believe you again. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $2,500. Start working, sir. That's what you're supposed to do. The counterclaim's dismissed.
Of Thompson versus Webb. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Ma'am, have a seat, please.
Ms. Thompson, Mr. Webb used to be your boyfriend, and
Correct.
he also is the father of a child that you have, a boy?
Correct.
According to your complaint, while you were living together, Mr. Webb filed false domestic violence charges against you, causing you to be taken into custody. While you were in custody, it is your claim that he took property that belonged to you from the house, which was your house.
Correct.
And in addition, he committed himself to paying for 1/2 of your son's daycare.
Correct.
Which he has not done.
Correct.
Mr. Webb says that he rightfully filed an application for a protective order because you attacked him, that he took nothing from the apartment that was not his, and in addition, he says that you made the home environment unsafe, causing him to move, and he wants moving expenses, right?
Correct.
All right, Ms. Thompson, how old is your child?
He's 3 years old.
And when did you and Mr. Webb move into this house together?
About a year and a half ago.
Was it your house?
Yes, it is.
Is it a house, an apartment, a rental? What is it?
It's a rental.
How long have you lived there?
It's been 2 years in November.
So he moved in with you?
Mm-hmm.
After the baby was born?
Yes.
And your name is the only name on the lease?
Correct.
Tell me about the allegations of domestic violence. When did he file those charges?
On November 3rd.
Of 2004?
Correct.
Tell me about the incident that sparked that.
Okay. On November 3rd, I had just came back from school, and I was laying down in the bed, and he came home because we had been arguing a couple of days before the 3rd, and I had told him before the 3rd that, you know, we're not getting along, we need to go our separate ways and make some type of arrangements with our son, Derek. Well, on November 3rd, while I was laying down and he came home, he was like, do you still want us to go our separate ways? And I said, yeah. He goes, well, you're going to be out the house before I am. And I said, no, what are you talking about? He's like, you're going to be out the house before I am. I said, oh, you must have went down and filed a restraining order against me. He didn't say anything.
What would make you think that?
Because we had been arguing all since the end of October.
Well, arguing and restraining
Arguing
order...
and fighting.
What do you mean fighting? You mean physically fighting?
Physically fighting.
Okay, that's different. Arguing and physically fighting are two different things.
Correct.
Where I grew up, right?
Right.
Where you grew up too?
Right.
You're arguing, you have an argument. You say, no, that's the wrong thing to do. That's an argument. Fighting is using your hands, weapons,
correct,
something else. So you were physically fighting.
Correct.
Who was fighting with whom?
He was fighting with me.
Is that right?
No.
Okay, so
Okay, so what? Well, I'm asking you a question. Did you put your hands on him?
No, I've never put my hands on him.
Well, when you say physically fighting, explain the physical part of the fighting that was taking place.
Well, in
2
the
weeks
bathroom,
before.
there was an incident in the bathroom where he took my car keys, wouldn't allow me to take our son to the daycare. He had came home early that morning, wanting to take our son to the daycare. At first, I said fine, but then he started disrespecting me in front of my son. So I said, no, you're not taking our son to the daycare. So then he took my car keys and went upstairs. While he was going upstairs, he went inside the bathroom. I went to try to get my car keys from him, and he put his arm up against my neck, wouldn't allow me to.
How did you try to get your car keys from him?
Try to snatch him out of his hands.
So you were grabbing and touching him to try to get your keys.
Correct.
And he wouldn't give them to you.
Right.
So who put their hands on who first?
He put his hands on
No. You put your hands on him first.
Well, I grabbed the keys, I mean.
How do you grab the keys from somebody? I don't understand that. The keys are in his hand.
Right.
And what do? You
I
grab...
went forward, reached for the keys. He jerked back, and I said, give me my keys. Went for the keys again. He jerked back, and he's like, you're not taking Derek nowhere. And I said, yes, I am, too. I'm taking him to the daycare, and I'm going to work. And then that's when he pushed me up against the bathroom door.
What happened on November 3rd, Mr. Webb?
On November or before November? Well,
when you filed a restraining order, when was that?
November 3rd.
Can I see what you said in the restraining order, please? Okay, this is what you say. You say on November 2nd, which was the date of the abuse, sir, according to you, she did something to you at your house. I want you to tell me what it is that she did.
Okay. The reason why we were fighting is because I found her prescription for Valtrex.
Your Honor, that is not even relevant.
I found her prescription.
That is not why we were fighting.
Listen to me. Don't interrupt him. You explain to me your version of why you were fighting.
Okay, that's fine.
He didn't interrupt.
I'm sorry.
You filed this case and you said he made false allegations against you and you want to be compensated for that.
Correct.
So I have to make a determination. Do you understand?
Yes.
Good. Go.
Okay, I found a prescription bottle for Valtrex, and I didn't know what it was. I looked it up on the internet and found out that Valtrex is for herpes. So I found out, I assumed that from the prescription of what it was for, that she had herpes. And
Which she gave to me.
And this I didn't know nothing about.
Okay.
So I confronted her with it, and that would cause the arguments and the fights.
Ms. Thompson, I don't know whether I would have added this to my complaint, these allegations, because this
He's
is
lying.
Well, this is his version of what you were fighting about.
Right.
Well, I
That's
have
not
proof.
what we were fighting about.
I have proof.
No, it's not. That's not what we were fighting about. We were fighting because of domestic violence abuse. That's what we were fighting about.
Well, that starts off with something, you know.
That's because he was out going around sleeping around. It wasn't me sleeping around. It was him that was sleeping around.
Well, that's possible, you see. That's possible, but domestic violence starts from an argument over something.
Correct.
So I would not have broached this issue and put it in a complaint if I were in your position, because there were certain things that are embarrassing, and quite rightfully you don't want them aired. But you brought this case.
That's right.
All right, totally up to you. If you want to withdraw that part of your complaint and just proceed with the stuff that you say he took, I'll be more than happy to drop this part of your complaint and we can move forward. It's up to you. What do you want to do?
No, I don't want to drop that.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Let me tell you something, sir. You knew the drill.
Yes, that's
right. I got it, sir.
But
I
look.
got the whole thing.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Kalita Thompson says the father of her child, Demetrius Webb, made false complaints to the police in order to get a temporary restraining order. Demetrius claims he was in fear for his life.
Okay, now I know what you were arguing about, sir.
Yes.
I just want you to tell me what you alleged she did to you on November 2nd, that you swore to the judge she did on November 2nd, which allowed the judge to issue a temporary restraining order.
Okay, well, she threatened to wreck my car.
That's not true.
I don't want... Go ahead.
She threatened to wreck my car, and while I was holding my son, she threw things at me. She threw glasses, a can of beer.
Listen to me, sir. You got to be very, very careful what you tell me, because according to what I read, that didn't happen on the 2nd of November. That, according to you, happened in October.
No, that was one incident. There were several.
I asked you what happened on November 2nd.
The 2nd of November, she also threw things at me, and she attempted to snatch my son out of my arms.
You say she punched me in the face. You
yes,
forgot that?
And I'm getting to that.
Well, get there, sir.
She punched me in the face while I was holding my son.
And she scratched you?
Yes.
According to you. All right. Did you have a trial on this protective order?
No, we didn't have a trial.
What happened with it?
He motioned for it to be dismissed.
Is that right?
Yes, that's correct.
Why?
Because I was out of the home and I was no longer in danger. So there was no need to continue to restrain an order because I wanted her to see her son.
Let me ask you this question, Mr. Webb. According to what I read here, and by the way, there's nothing contained in this police write-up about you being punched in the face or scratched. But according to what I read, you went and filed the restraining order the day before she was arrested, correct?
Yes.
So that when you went home on November 3rd, you knew that you had already filed for a restraining order.
Yes.
So the day before, you went in to file for a protective order saying, I'm in imminent danger. That's what you said.
Yes.
And what I don't understand, Mr. Webb, is then you went home. You see, if I went to file for a protective order and I was in imminent danger from somebody, I wouldn't go home to where I knew they were living. Why did you go home on the 3rd?
Okay, because they told me they were going to serve her at work, and she came home early that day. I went home. I was going to get some belongings and leave before she got home. She was home unusually early that day.
And when did you discover she was at home?
When I got there.
Was her car there?
Yes.
Well, if her car was outside, sir, then you knew she was home.
Yes.
Then what did you go inside for?
I went inside to get some belongings.
Well, Mr. Webb, what I'm saying to you, sir, is if I were afraid for my life and my safety, I would say, I'm going to wait until they serve this lady. I'm not going to go inside. She came home early. Maybe she got a headache. I'm not going to go inside to where she's at now because I'm afraid. If I were really afraid. If it wasn't a ploy to get a little one-upmanship. Now, let me understand something. After she was arrested, how long did you stay in jail?
Not in jail. I was restrained from my house for 7 days.
So you were out of the house for 7 days.
Correct.
Where was your son?
I had my 2 oldest sons with me, and the youngest one was with him because he said that I would put my youngest son in danger or had some anger management problem.
Okay. And then you went into court, sir, and you withdrew the protective order after 7 days. Is that right?
Yes.
You mean in 7 days you got back together, you discussed things nicely with each other?
No, because the danger was in the home. I wasn't in the home anymore. I was moved out.
So this protective order that you filed, sir, the purpose of it was to allow you to peaceably move out of your home. Is that what you're telling me?
No, the purpose of it was allow me to move out of my home without being attacked.
No, the purpose
Just a second. I said to move out of your home peacefully.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
Well, then you were abusing the system, sir.
No, I wasn't.
No, because that's not what you wrote here. It's not what you told the judge. If you had said in your moving papers, listen, we've been fighting. I just want to be able to get my things and move out of the house without any problem. Judge would have said, fine. I will give you an order that says that you, in the company of a police officer, may go home, remove your personal property, and leave. That's not what you said here. You said you were in danger, your son was in danger.
In the time when I got the restraining order, I wasn't even planning on moving.
Let me tell you something, sir. When you get a restraining order, common sense dictates that if you are in fear for your safety and well-being, you don't file for a protective order on November 2nd, go home on November 2nd, go home on November 3rd, and then 7 days later withdraw the application once you've moved out. I know exactly what you did.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Kalita Thompson says the father of her child, Demetrius Webb, owes for making false complaints to the police. Kalita claims he did so in order to obtain a restraining order.
Now, has anybody ever filed for a protective order against you?
Yes.
And who was that?
My ex-wife.
In what year?
In 1990, like 99.
And what happened with that protective order? Was she granted an order of protection or was it dismissed?
Dismissed.
During the time that the protective order was in place, did you have to stay away from your ex-wife?
Yes.
Did you have children together?
No.
Did you have property in the house?
Yes.
Were you allowed to get the property right away or after the protective order was vacated?
After it was served.
After it was served. So you knew the drill.
Yes, that's
right.
That's why
Mr. Webb, I got it, sir.
But
I
look,
got the whole thing.
I said I was expecting her. They were going to serve her at work, and she came home unused. She
He
came
knew that.
home
Just
early.
a second. Are you telling me, sir, that she had some sort of an epiphany, and she knew that something was going to happen, so she came home from work early?
I don't know.
Well,
But
I don't know either. All I know is that you filed for this protective order, and you had no right to do it. You didn't file it because you were in imminent fear of your life. You filed it because you wanted an
That's
opportunity
not
to get
true.
your
I filed
property
it
out of the
'cause she
house.
attacked me.
Exactly.
I filed it because she attacked me.
That's a... I don't... Baloney. Now, what personal property do you claim he took that's yours? Don't give me a laundry list. I'm not interested.
He took my clothes, shoes, computer, kitchen items.
I'm not interested in kitchen items.
Well,
I'm not interested
mainly
in...
my clothes and my shoes and my computer.
What would he do with your clothes and your shoes?
Ask him that. I mean, he took even my dirty clothes, underwears and bras, and left only one shoe for each pair.
Let's go. Let's go.
No, I did not take. While she was ordered, I did not take her clothes.
What'd you take?
I took my belongings.
No, you didn't.
Listen, Miss Thompson, if you interrupt again, I'm going to dismiss your claim. Do you understand?
Yes, I'm sorry.
I took my belongings, okay? I took all the furniture in the home, which belonged to me, that I purchased.
What about her computer? Did you take a computer?
Yeah, I took the computer, which was our computer.
Okay. Who purchased the computer?
I purchased the
Be
computer.
careful of what you say to me, because you know I go into it. When you say who bought it, who paid for it?
I did.
Show me.
I don't have, she took all the papers.
Show me.
Right
She
here.
took all the receipts and everything.
I had this computer ever since I've been going to school. I graduated in June. From the beginning, I started school because all my classes are online.
That doesn't mean
That
she
just shows
purchased it.
Well, let me see the bill for it.
That's all they gave me was that printout.
Payment history by rental. Is this a...
I rented it from Rent-A-Center, and I was making payments through Rent-A-Center.
Okay, got it. Yeah, it's our computer.
Oh,
no question. It's our computer. Okay. Now, all right, let's leave that for a minute. Let's go to money owed for daycare expenses.
Right.
When do you say he agreed to pay for half of your son's daycare?
I believe it was like November of '04.
And where were you when he agreed to pay for half?
We were at the house.
Before or after this altercation on the 2nd or 3rd of November?
It was before.
So it had to be November 1st? Mm-hmm. Well, tell me where you were both sitting when you had this discussion that he was going to pay for half of the daycare.
In the living room on the couch.
Okay, and tell me about the conversation.
We just made a verbal agreement that he would pay for half of the child care.
Now, when did you make arrangements to go to family court with regard to support for your son?
After November 10th, after he placed the order against me regarding the restraining order.
All right. This is why, Ms. Thompson, that when you lie, it's a bad thing. Very bad thing. Because I'm going to read to you from your complaint that you swore to. You said, Demetrius and I had a verbal agreement that he would pay for half of our son's daycare until everything was resolved in the family court. Now, on November 1st, when you allegedly had this discussion sitting calmly on the couch in your house, you had no family court appointment. You didn't make a family court appointment until you started out with the criminal court with regard to the protective order.
Right.
Right. So you couldn't have had the discussion with him on November 1st.
He had been.
Baloney.
Oh,
baloney.
God. Okay.
I don't like when you lie. So, you don't get moving expenses, sir. You moved out? Good for you. You weren't getting along? That's the way it goes. I think that what you did was the wrong thing, even though she lied to me, and I usually don't like that, and I would not reward her. But I think that what you did to her by filing this protective order was nothing more than vicious and vindictive. You could have handled it in a much more civilized way by saying, I'm moving out, and you could have moved out your things very easily while she was at work. And you don't have to have her, mother of your child, in a situation where she has a criminal record, where she's taken into custody, where she's served with a protective order, where she's prevented from going to her own home. You did the wrong thing. And that's going to cost you $2,500. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $2,500. That's all.
Parties are counted in the matter of Gilead versus Bogus. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Gentlemen, have a seat.
Mr. Gillian, what do you do for a living, sir?
I currently work at a bowling and billiards hall.
How much do they pay you for doing this job?
$6.50 an hour.
Where do you live?
My dad.
How old are you?
20 years old.
Pay rent to your dad?
No.
So you live there rent-free?
Yeah, I had my own apartment for a while. I moved home because I'm actually moving out of state in a couple months, so I moved home to save up money.
How much you bring home every week?
Well, not as much as a couple $100 a week, $300-400 a week.
What?
Couple
$100 a week. You bring home $400 a week?
Well, paychecks.
He said a couple of hundred, $300, $400.
Well,
a couple to me
I get
is
paid.
$200, right? And then he said $300, $400.
Well, I get paid every 2 weeks, and my paychecks range between $300 and $400. That's what I meant, Your Honor.
Oh, so you make between $150 and $200 a week?
Yes.
And you, sir, how old are you?
22.
And what do you do for a living?
Service technician on fire trucks and ambulances.
And how much do you make?
$10 an hour.
Where do you live?
Lincoln with my mom.
Pay rent?
No, I don't.
How much do you bring home every 2 weeks?
About $600 every 2 weeks after my child support.
After child support?
Yep.
What kind of child support?
I got a 14-month-old son.
And how much do they take out of your check for that?
$600 a month for child support and daycare.
I'm asking these questions because this is what this case is about.
Okay.
Mr. Gilead bought a truck from Mr. Bogus and paid him like $4,000 for the truck.
Yeah, roughly.
What's roughly?
It was, I believe, $4,200.
And then this person who makes $150 a week goes out because the truck is running. It's a nice truck, right?
It is a nice truck.
He goes and puts something, spinners and new wheels on the truck.
Of course.
For another $3,800.
Oh, yeah. Good investment.
Something no one can live without, especially when you're saving up to start a new life. Starting a new life, most people would buy a bed or a couch. Spinners and wheels is almost like sunshine. Can't live without it.
It was
Then, what?
I'm sorry, it was $3,200 was the
$3,200, excuse me.
Just let you know.
Another $3,200. Then, according to Michael over here, he runs into John, and John says, gee, love the way that car looks with those spinners and wheels. I'm really sorry I sold it to you. I want it back. I'd love to buy it back from you. Just about that time, Michael loses his job and has fallen on some tough financial times.
I wonder why.
This is not what he just told me just now. But he said, fine, I'll sell you back the truck. You give me $4,500 for the truck, and you can pay me the other $3,000 that I spent for the
spinners
and wheels when you get it. And he sells him back the truck. And according to Michael, John paid him about $200 towards the spinners and wheels, and then has been avoiding him. So far, I'm pretty right?
One thing, I also have another form of income. The car deal, buying and selling them, is one thing I've done since before I even had a driver's license with my dad. He's a body man. So we would buy cars for $1,000 or less and put a couple $100s into them and sell them to make
So
profit.
you have an auxiliary source of income.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
I liked the way the truck looked. I told him it's a nice looking truck, and I never said anything about wanting to buy it back. I said I wish I could have it back. It looks good.
Oh, you said, I wish I could have it back.
Yeah.
It looks good.
It looks real good.
Oh, okay, good. Go ahead.
And a couple weeks later, he calls me and he's like, you got the title for my truck? And I was like, why, are you selling it? He's like, you want to buy it back? I was like, yeah, I got $4,000.
Just a second. You mean you hadn't given him the title?
No.
Why not?
It was about 2 weeks.
Why hadn't you given him the title?
He never asked for it, and it's just...
What?
He waited 2 weeks to ask for it.
How do you sell a truck without the title? Can I see the bill of sale, please, for the truck?
Don't have one.
Did you register the truck in your name?
No, but as far as the title goes, I had requested it on multiple occasions.
Just a second. Okay. Your business, according to you, was buying and selling vehicles?
Yes.
And selling. So what you're telling me is, what you want me to believe is that you have no bill of sale, you never registered the truck in your name.
That's true.
You never insured the truck.
That's true.
You invested $3,200 in a truck that was not titled to you. Is that right?
Yes, that's true.
Is that right?
Yes, that's it.
And do you know what I say to both of you? Goodbye.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of MacArthur versus Kempton, step forward.
24-year-old nurse Rebecca MacArthur is suing her former best friend, nurse Catherine Kempton, for an unpaid loan to buy furniture. Catherine says Rebecca slept with her husband.
Miss MacArthur, Miss Kempton used to be a very dear friend of yours, and according to your complaint, you made a loan to her by allowing her to use a credit card of yours to buy some furniture. Miss Kempton does not deny that you allowed her to use your credit card, and she does not deny it was a loan. She said she did pay you back some of it. You acknowledge that she paid you back some, although there is a discrepancy as to the amount. So let's take care of that part of the issue first. How much is remaining on her bill, including interest, for the furniture?
$1,408.84.
And how much did she make in payments?
She made $500 in payments.
Do you have proof that you made more than $500 in payments? Let me see.
They're all right here.
Okay. And can I see what you have with regard to the interest?
I have proof of the remaining balance, along with a check that I paid and the statements with each individual payment.
Okay. You owe her considerably more than the $600 that you thought you owed her, because since you weren't making payments regularly, they were adding up interest. And that's what happens when you don't make payments regularly. Now, your defense to this matter is a rather interesting one. Your defense to this matter is you don't have to pay the money because there was an indiscretion between your husband and the plaintiff, and therefore you don't owe her any money. Forget it. It's not a defense. It's a reason to give him a hard time. It's a reason for her not to be your friend anymore if this, in fact, happened. but it's not a defense to this lawsuit. We understand each other?
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And later today,
When you left the ring on the table, according to you, where had the ring been?
With her.
So you took the ring off her finger?
Yes.
Do you have the ring?
No.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. 24-year-old nurse Rebecca MacArthur is suing her former best friend, nurse Catherine Kimpton, for an unpaid loan to buy furniture. Catherine says Rebecca slept with her husband.
Go ahead.
That was never my claim.
Well, I'm reading that in your answer.
No, it wasn't.
It said, Rebecca has put me through so much personal pain. This lawsuit is generated by the fact that she fears that I will not pay her because of what she did to me and to my family. And I owe her $600. I'm not paying a penny more. That's what she said. Somebody's got to pay the interest. Who's supposed to pay the interest?
I had no problem paying any of it.
Okay, good. Then judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,258. That's all. Thank you.
Thanks.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I just don't think much of somebody who can treat a friend and betray him with an affair.
You know, we have talked about this, and I'm just done.
It happened one time. My husband told me the very next day.
I am sorry that I lost a friend, but at the same time, I'm just glad it's done.
She admitted to it and then tells everybody else that it's a lie.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Edgman versus Quinlan, step forward.
22-year-old hairstylist Rebecca Edgman is suing her cousin's girlfriend, 23-year-old gas station clerk Jessica Quinlan, for a loan to buy a ring. Jessica claims she surrendered the ring to Rebecca because she couldn't afford it.
Miss Edgman, I assume this is your cousin, is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
And according to your complaint, Miss Quinlan is your cousin's girlfriend.
Yes.
And they lived with you for a period of time.
Yes, Your Honor.
While they were living with you, Miss Quinlan wanted to buy your cousin a ring.
That's correct.
Didn't have the money. You agreed to allow her to use your credit card.
Yes, Your Honor.
Then there was some sort of a disagreement. They left, and she did not pay you back for the ring.
Yes, Your Honor.
Miss Quinlan says that first the ring was a gift. Allowing her to use the credit card was your idea for some reason. But that when they left, she left the ring. When did they move in with you?
July of 2004.
Who else lives in your home?
My girlfriend, Angie.
Tell me about this ring that you wanted to buy.
I was wanting to buy Linda the ring, but I didn't have credit, no money to get it. She offered, because Linda has done so much for her. I refused a couple of times because I don't like to have that. I don't like people to do things for me like that. And so finally we went and picked out the ring.
So finally you agreed?
Yes. We went and got the ring. After a month living there, things was getting hectic, and we were moving out, and she had said that I needed to pay for the ring, so I didn't want no conflict within the family and all that, so I told her that I was leaving the ring on the table. And
when you left the ring on the table, according to you, where had the ring been?
With her.
So you took the ring off her finger?
Yes.
What?
No, I work at a grocery store, and I had wore it a couple times to the store, and it started getting scratches. So I left it at Rebecca's house, not just that day, but days prior, because I didn't want the ring to be scratched up.
Do you have the ring?
No.
No. Good. How much was the ring?
The ring was $476.20.
Is that right, Miss Quinlan?
Yes.
Okay, that's what you owe her, Miss Quinlan.
This is one of the receipts.
That's what you owe her. 400. If you didn't pay her, that's what you owe her.
Here's the original.
We don't have the ring.
Listen to me. That's not her fault. If you took the ring and put it in her hand and say, listen, I can't pay you for this ring, take it back, see what money you can get back for it. She's not going to get $470 for it because they're not going to return it for what she paid for it because your friend says that it was scratched. She can't even return it to something that's brand new. So you have to pay for it. You got it? Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $470. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
She needs money to pay for her wedding, and I wasn't going to give her that, so that's why we got brought here today.
My wedding was paid for. I paid for it all by myself, and it was paid for before the wedding. The wedding was over a month ago.
And it won't be settled, and it won't be taken care of because everybody likes to talk.
She's had to struggle tremendously, not just with her cousin, but other family members too because of it.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Banukowitz versus Broder, step forward, please.
16-year-old Nicholas Banukowitz and his father, Mark, are suing the boyfriend of Nicholas's mother, truck driver Richard Broder, for an unpaid loan to pay bills.
Mr. Banukowitz, how old are you, sir?
16.
This is your dad?
Yes.
You're living with him now?
Yes.
Tell me your first name.
Nicholas.
Nicholas, this gentleman, Mr. Broder,
Yes.
was your mom's boyfriend.
Yes.
Who is this?
I'm the mom.
Are you back together again?
Yes.
You weren't for a while.
Correct.
Anyway, you went to live for a brief period of time with your mother and her boyfriend.
I lived there off and on
And when you weren't living there, where were you living?
with my father.
According to what I read, it is your claim that you loaned Mr. Broder $550 because things got financially tight in the house. And he asked you if you could lend him some money. You were working, you had a job after school. And you did.
Yes, ma'am.
Then they broke up for a while. You wanted your money back? He says that it was not a loan, it was towards the payment of household expenses because he put a roof over your head. That's what you're saying.
Correct. Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. 16-year-old Nicholas Banukowitz and his father, Mark, are suing the boyfriend of Nicholas's mother, truck driver Richard Broder, for an unpaid loan to pay bills.
All right. How old were you, Nicholas, when you moved with your mom and Mr. Broder during the period of time that you gave him this money?
15.
And where had you been working?
The supermarket.
What did you do there?
I stocked the shelves.
What did you earn an hour?
Around then, like $7.50.
How long did you work there?
I'm still there now.
So you've been working there for a couple of years?
Yes.
You work there after school?
Yes.
How do you do in school?
Good.
Great. Now, when you lived with your mother and Mr. Broder, was it your mother's house or Mr. Broder's house?
It was my mother's, but they were moving, so that's when he asked me for the money.
Was it a rental property?
Yes.
When they moved, did you move with them?
I live there. I go there once in a while, like on the weekend and stuff. I don't live there permanently.
Now, tell me about when Mr. Broder asked you for money. Do you remember when it was?
It was November 30th, 2003. He asked me for $450, and he promised to pay me back.
What did he say?
He goes, do you think you could lend me some money? We were trying to move, we're a little short.
Where were you, in the house?
Yes.
Where in the house?
The dining room.
Where was your mother?
Right next to me.
So he said, could you lend me some money? I'm a little short, we want to move. And what did you say to him?
I said, okay, and then he promised to pay me back.
What did he say? Don't tell me he promised. What did he say?
He said, I'll pay you back by the 6th of December, because I'm getting a bonus or something like that from work.
Where did you keep the money?
In my house, in my room.
So you gave him the money in cash?
Yes.
When did you give him the other 100?
In September of 2004.
Why, if he hadn't paid you back the money?
Because I trusted him. He was my mother's boyfriend, and I figured he would pay me back.
Between November 2003 and September 2004, almost a year passed. Did you ask him for the money?
Every month, I sent him a letter saying how much he owed me.
You have a copy of the letters?
Yep. And I also sent him a certified letter.
Mr. Broder, whether you say that this was a gift or a loan, did you ever respond to any of these letters?
No.
Why not?
I just put them aside, and because at the time I wasn't working or anything, and he really never persisted.
Okay. Now, tell me your version of this $550.
At the time, we were in financial difficulties. We both asked him for the money, and at the time, I didn't have a job. So
What about her?
She was working.
So?
So we were just paying the bills. And at the time, we ended up breaking up. And the reason why on this loan after a year is when we broke up, and that's when his father and him got involved and wanted to take me to court for the money back, for the loan.
Well, you keep saying loan, which is a nice thing. That makes my job much easier, Mr. Broder.
Well, he was living with us for a while and everything.
You used the word loan twice.
That's what he put on the paper as a
No,
loan.
that's what you just said. I understand what he said. You used the word loan twice. Do I make you that nervous, Mr. Broder?
No, you don't make me nervous.
At all?
No.
You mean you just step in your own mouth on your own, whether I make you nervous or not? What you just said to me was, I wasn't working. The mother and I asked for the loan together. The reason after a year I didn't pay back the loan was he wasn't pushing it. I mean, what's your defense to this action, Mr. Broder? I'd be really interested.
Your Honor, at the time, he was working when I lent him the $450.
Who cares? I asked him. I want to know his defense. I'm listening. And I have other things to do today. Do we have a defense, Mr.
No,
Broder?
we don't have a defense. I'm
Judgment
sorry.
for the plaintiff in the amount of $550. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Parties are excused. You may step out. The calendar in the matter of Windhausen versus Speakman.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in, Your Honor. You may be seated. Ma'am, have a seat, please.
Mr. Windhausen, you and the defendant lived together for a period of time, and it is your claim that at the time she broke up with you and told you to leave, she kept your property. She kept the truck that you had been making payments on and some other personal property that you had purchased for the house.
Correct.
Ms. Speakman said everything is hers.
Yes.
When did you move in together?
About 6 of 04.
June of 04.
Right.
How old are you?
I'm 24.
How old are you?
34.
You have children?
No.
What kind of work do you do, Mr. Windhausen?
I'm a welder.
How long have you been welding?
About a year and a half now.
Make good living?
Decent. It's fair.
Tell me what you make.
I'm about $14.50.
An hour?
An hour, yes.
How much did you make last year?
How much did I make last year? About $12,338.
You worked full-time?
Yes, I did work full-time. I got laid off in December of 05, and I was rehired back on, so I had
When?
In February.
But other than that, you work continuously?
Correct.
And what did you do with your money?
What did I do with my money?
Why do you keep asking me a question? I know the question that I asked. What did you do with your money when you got your money, when you were living with Miss Speakman?
I cashed my checks at the U.S. Bank, and I went and paid it to, just gave her cash.
Well, how much cash did you give her?
Approximately about $340 per week.
It was different every week.
Tell me about this truck.
This truck, I needed a vehicle to get back and forth to work. I did not have one. I wasn't able to put one in my name because
Why?
my credit wasn't the greatest. And at the time, I was working on getting a work permit to make a commute back and forth to work.
What did your bad credit have to do with getting a work permit, Mr. Windhausen?
Because I wasn't able to put the truck in my name.
Did you have a driver's license?
I did not. I just had a work.
Well, that's an answer why you can't have a truck in your name, sir.
Correct.
So you were going to drive this truck despite the fact that you didn't have a license?
No, until I got my work permit.
Did you drive the truck without
I did,
a license?
yes.
So Miss Speakman put the truck in her name and allowed you to drive it without a license?
Correct.
Put your hand down, I'll get to you. And who made the payments on the truck?
I did.
How much were the payments every month?
Approximately about $340 a month.
$340 a month.
Plus
It's exactly the
insurance.
same amount that you gave her. You said a week. That's a number you must like. You told me you gave her $340 a week when you cashed your paycheck, and now you tell me
Well,
that
that's
your truck
excluding-
payment was $340.
That was excluding making the payments on the refrigerator and the stove and the bedroom set.
How much was the truck payment?
About $340.
And how much did you used to give her every week from your paycheck?
Around $340, yes.
Wrong.
He's got it down, and he's not going to waver. And how did you make the truck payment?
I gave it to her in cash.
Now, because we're just dealing with the truck so far, when did you kick him out?
July 7th of 06.
Why?
Because I found out he was doing drugs. He actually, July 1st is actually when we broke up. He couldn't get a ride until July 7th. He stole $400 out of my purse, said he was going to the store to get ice, and didn't come back for like 12 hours because he was doing drugs.
What kind of drugs does he do?
Cocaine.
Have you ever seen him do cocaine?
No, I haven't. He told me.
What did he say?
A couple months prior, he took a lot of money. We had a joint checking account for a little while because I went to get money out and all the money was gone. Well, then I questioned him about it, and he finally told me that he was doing cocaine, that he had a drug problem, and then he didn't want to tell me what the drug was, and then he finally told me it was cocaine.
How much money did he take out of the joint account?
About $1,500.
Do you remember when?
It was March and April. He did it on 2 different occasions where he took hundreds of dollars out a couple times. I mean, hundreds, like $600 a night.
It's not true.
No?
No.
Don't do drugs.
No, I don't.
You willing to take a drug test?
I am willing, yes.
Willing to take a hair follicle test?
That's fine.
Right after court?
It's fine.
You understand that if you go for one of these tests, they will, and if it's positive, they won't let you be a welder. You understand that?
Correct.
You prepared to sign a release that the drug test results can be sent to your employer? Oh, is not an answer.
I have smoked weed, yes.
Weed
So-
we're not talking about, sir. We're talking cocaine.
All right.
Got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Perfect. If you have a problem and you're 24 years old, you better get rid of your problem. Do enough cocaine, sir, you're going to have a brain like mush. You know, when you start up here, you can have a brain like mush. When you start over here, it's over very, very soon. How could you take money out of a bank account?
It's my money, too.
Well, if you're putting in $300 a week to run a household, you have rent, you have food, you have gas, you have electric, you have all the other stuff. And was he giving you an extra $340 for the truck payment?
No, he wasn't. He gave me, his checks were different every week. So he gave, sometimes it was only $100. Sometimes he didn't give me any money at all.
Yeah, because if he's making $15 an hour, earning $12,000 a year just doesn't.
Well, that was
doesn't make it.
The truck payment was $320, and it did come directly out of my bank account ever since I bought
Well,
the
it
truck.
may have come directly out of your bank account. That doesn't mean, quite frankly, Ms. Speakman, that he wasn't giving you money. My question is, was he giving you money earmarked for this car payment, or was he giving you a certain amount of money every week?
It was different amounts every week because, like I said, sometimes his checks were always different. Sometimes he would give me nothing. Sometimes he would give me $100. There was a couple times he probably gave me $300.
And what about the monthly truck payment?
What?
Did he give you money for the
Directly
monthly
for
truck
that?
payment?
No.
In cash is my question.
No.
Okay. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I was just kind of curious, how could she make the payment for a car payment, a truck payment, a house payment, and all the other utilities if I was not paying any money to that household?
She didn't say you weren't paying any money.
But how could she afford
I make
those
a lot
vehicles?
more money than he does.
What kind of work do you do, Ms. Speakman?
I work at a factory.
And how much do you earn an hour?
$22 an hour.
And how much did you earn last year?
$50,000.
And you were earning $15 an hour, which is, you know, only a third less, and you only made $12,338, sir. That figure that you told me specifically, $12,338, which is what you said you earned last year, only 2 months you were out of work. Ms. Speakman.
Yes.
What did you do with the truck?
I still have the truck. I'm still making payments on the truck.
What are you going to do with the truck?
I'm probably going to keep it.
Now, if Mr. Wendhausen is prepared to get a loan for $5,000 in his name, are you prepared to give him the truck?
No.
Sure. Sure you are. Listen to me, Mr. Wendhausen. You come back to me with a fully committed loan in your name for $5,000, and I will direct Ms. Speakman to turn over the truck to you. Do you understand?
I do.
But she certainly doesn't want to give you a truck that's in her name, and she's certainly not going to give you the value of it or what you claim to put in because you can't prove what you put in to the truck unless you have canceled checks.
No, I paid everything cash.
Cash.
Yes.
Right. So go get yourself a loan, and then Miss Speakman is going to turn over the truck to you. You think that's going to happen, Miss Speakman?
I don't think he'll be able to get a loan.
Correct. Correct. But if he can...
But what about I've paid it, like for the whole year
that you
he
both
hasn't
paid
been
it.
there?
It was sort of a fluid situation. But I certainly don't think that you ought to get stuck with this truck and turn it over to him. And I certainly don't believe that he, each and every month, paid you his portion of the expenses as well as the $340 for the truck because he didn't make that much money.
Right.
Now, what other property do you claim, sir, is yours that she kept when you
I have
moved
a
out?
GE arranged stove that I
When
purchased.
did you purchase that, sir?
I purchased it in about 11:05.
And you moved out in...
7/06.
And did you eat while you were there?
I did, yes.
And did you use the stove?
I only had it for about a month or two before I moved out.
Show me proof that you purchased it, sir.
It's right here.
He just said we got the stove in November and he moved out in July. So
I got it.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
I see it's purchased by you, Mark Wendhausen.
Right.
Show me how you paid for it.
I paid cash.
I have a check.
Can I see it, please?
These are the 2 payments I made. These are the 4 payments that were made total.
Okay. She's got proof of the payments, sir.
Proof of the payments that I paid?
Well, show me your payments. It doesn't say that this was paid in cash.
I paid those payments, ma'am.
To whom?
To Turner Electric.
Show
in
me.
cash. Don't you see there's cash? She writes checks. I pay cash.
What else, Mr. Windhausen?
I also have receipts here for refrigerator.
When you moved into the house, Mr. Windhausen, was there a refrigerator in the house?
Yes. Can you please tell me where all my money was going?
All your $12,000?
Well, I lived there for two and a half years.
All your $12,000?
His money was going up his nose. Mine
Just a
was
second.
paying the bill.
Mr. Windhausen, I don't think that you understand, sir. That barely supports a person. You don't get it.
I'm not getting it. I'm making payments that, you know.
Show me that you're still making payments.
I'm done. Those are the receipts. That's paid off.
And you paid for it, and you used the refrigerator, and you used the stove while you were in her house?
Yeah, it's my
Goodbye,
name.
Mr. Windhausen.
Do you think I could
I
take
think you have a problem, and I think that you really have to take care of your problem. If you manage to secure a loan for the truck, I am going to direct Ms. Speakman to turn the truck over to you. We will recalendar this case as soon as the clerk receives indication that you've received a loan, and I will direct this truck that you want to be turned over to you. Do you understand?
Okay, I do, but...
Good. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I just think the case was unfair, and it's bull.
The money started disappearing, and I found out he was doing drugs.
That is not true.
I told him to try to get help, and he didn't get help, so I kicked him out after he stole $400 out of my purse.
Whatever, man.
I probably won't be going out with younger guys anymore.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Mixon versus Glade, step forward, please.
James Mixon is suing his former live-in girlfriend, Keisha Glade, for the return of his furniture and baseball cards.
Mr. Mixon, you and the defendant lived together for a period of time in her home.
Yes.
And according to you, she unceremoniously kicked you out and kept some furniture that belongs to you.
Yes.
You want it back. Ms. Glade says that you were nothing but a lazy bum during the time that you lived there. You paid no rent. The least you could do is leave the old furniture there. It's not worth very much anyway. She is counterclaiming. She says that you should have paid rent, but you didn't, and that you slashed her tires because you got mad at her. So let me make this simple. The fact that he should have paid rent, you are absolutely correct. But that doesn't mean he's going to pay rent, because you allowed him to be a bum.
True.
So you were an enabler. How long did he live with you?
For a year and a month.
And how many months of those 13 months that he lived with you did he pay rent?
None.
None? Why are you laughing?
Because that was funny.
No, she's not funny. I'm funny.
Yeah.
How many months did you pay rent, Mr. Mixon?
None, like she said.
You were a bum.
No.
Well, if you don't pay rent, you're a bum.
We never had an agreement on that.
You don't have to have an agreement.
I was supposed to take care of the other bills in the house. She was supposed to do the rent.
What other bills did you take care of?
PG&E, water, and cable.
How much was that a month?
About $600.
And you would pay all those bills, and you have proof that you paid those
Yes,
bills?
and
I'd like to see.
Here's some of the bills. This doesn't go with that.
And proof that you paid them?
I got the receipts. If I gave her the receipt, it was only because she dropped me off at work early.
What's the Salvation Army?
We went and bought a computer desk and a TV stand that I paid for. She said I don't do nothing, though.
When did you buy this furniture?
I bought it maybe a month after I moved in with her. I came in with a futon. I came in with a stereo set. I came in with that set of baseball cards right there.
Oh, well, that you're going to... That set of baseball
That's
cards?
mine. I had since I was in
I don't have a problem giving it back
Can
to
I
him.
see the set of baseball cards, please? Oh, one of my children would be bonkers over those baseball cards. I have to take a look at that. Are you a real collector, sir?
Yes. I had those since I was in the
mint
6th grade.
condition, or what kind of condition
They're
are
in
these?
mint condition.
Really? You know they're worth a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
Are these Topps baseball cards?
Tops and Fleers.
Well, Fleers aren't worth as much.
I know.
right?
That's why I try to stay more with Tops.
See, I know a little bit about it.
I see.
Okay. Give him back his baseball cards, Butcher Bird. Surprised he left without them.
I also had a pending restraining order which granted me possession rights of the bed, the couch, the TV, and the lamps that he's here.
Show me. You mean property restraint that number 13 is circled? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, I actually filed it. It asked me what possessions that I still had for me to temporarily keep possession of.
Well, you can't temporarily keep possession of his property anymore. He's going to pick it up. You have a temporary restraining order. You have to send somebody to get your stuff.
Okay, but
Sir, within 5 days. Do you understand?
Yeah, that's fine with me.
I just want my rent.
Just a second. Listen to me. You're not entitled to any rent. You didn't have a contract with him for rent.
We had a verbal agreement. The whole initial reason why he moved in was because I needed financial help.
Listen to me very carefully. Madam, if you let somebody live with you for 13 months and they're not paying rent, you don't come to complain about it now. He's getting his furniture back. He got his cards back. Now we're going to hear about your tires, and I don't want to hear any nonsense about rent.
My witness here saw him slash the second tire on that day.
Your name?
Leandra Whitmore.
On what day did you allegedly see Mr. Mixon slash a tire?
I forgot.
No, don't look over there. Don't look over here. Look over here.
I forgot what day it was on, but it was the same day as the first tire. We were at the studio recording. I'm a recording engineer. I record her. And I heard the car skirt by the first time. I was sitting at the computer. And I had came outside. When I came outside, I saw him by her left tire. Then he ran and got in his car and drove off.
Did you tell her about it?
Mm-hmm. I came right in.
Did you file a police report that day?
No, we didn't do a police report.
Why not?
Because that was the first incident of numerous amounts of incidents.
What difference does it make?
Because I didn't want to get in it because he's family with my uncle, and I didn't want to say anything, but things keep happening.
Did you ever file a police report?
No, ma'am.
I filed one later after his witness started harassing us.
I mean, this lady?
Yes.
She has nothing to do with this case. She has nothing to do with me. She has nothing to do with anything that's going on here today.
I agree.
The only thing that I have to worry about today is, am I satisfied that he slashed a tire? I'm not so sure you saw anything. Sit down. Thank you. I'm not convinced you saw anything. I am convinced that you're going to get your old furniture back. 5 days. You make the arrangements to get it, send somebody else to get it. And who is this person?
That's the neighbor. She the one who pulled my clothes in when Keisha threw my stuff out in the rain.
Okay.
Absolutely not. She's the nosy hag.
Listen to me. Whose neighbor is she?
She's my
Hers.
neighbor.
Okay, well, good luck. Bye.
Always our excuse to step out.
He could have his beat up crackhead.
जाते भी करना लोरी चल हम फिर से गेम करते बात चल गई को हिंदी है उस बात जिसने देखी जो होने और मैं ये गल मेरे को नहीं बर्दाश्त कर सकता अंदर थोड़ा जब बारिश होगी कहीं जांदा रे हाथ ले
तू आजा मेरे पास दूंगा तुझे प्यार मैं दूंगा सारी रात ये बारिश का मौसम है तू आजा मेरे पास दूंगा तुझे प्यार मैं दूंगा सारी रात ये बारिश का मौसम है तू आजा मेरे पास दूंगा तुझे प्यार मैं दूंगा सारी रात Yeah, baby. Baby. Rendezvous. 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 Yeah, baby. Baby. Rendezvous.